was a comment that was made on Facebook the other day about being a submissive woman. They were saying that a submissive woman controls her man, and I agree with that. I think until we begin to talk in honesty and transparency and stop pandering to both sides, especially to the sisters, because there is so much entitlement, and because men have been quiet for so long, and it's been the men that has been quiet were the type of men that y'all really need to be listening to. The men that doing the most talking ain't the ones, they don't have nothing to say anyway.
What's good? It's your boy Quay Price, man, holding it down for Kandid Konvos. Definitely check us out every Wednesday night, 8:30 Eastern Standard Time. People today, they lazy. Ain't nobody trying to put in no work. If stuff start getting a little rough in the relationship or in the marriage, ain't nobody trying to fix nothing. That's how people's mindsets are today. Yeah, but that's how I know that folks don't truly understand what marriage was about, because they tap out way too easy. Yeah, you see people fight harder for a job, like they can't go get another one of them in 2 weeks. Yeah, she's talking about these guys coming to these foreign countries and sourcing out these foreign women because they possess these character traits. Yep, they're more cooperative when it comes to a man, or they're more cooperative when it comes to a marriage and a relationship. They're more, nurturing forward when it comes to a relationship. They're more I don't even want to use the word soft, but I'll use the word soft. They're softer when it comes to, these relationships and interactions with men and so forth. And like I said, we definitely got to be honest. We see a difference, right? We see a difference. And I think, Chloe and Tay made some good points earlier. A lot of this stuff is based around money over here in the West. What's good, everybody? Welcome back to Kandid Konvos. I'm your host, Quay Price. We got Coco on deck. We got Vince on deck. Say what's up to the people, y'all.
Hey, everybody. Happy Wednesday.
Hello.
What's going on with you? Happy Wednesday to everybody. Appreciate y'all joining us tonight. If you haven't already, do me a favor, smash that like button. Hit that like button for us. Likes are free. Also hit that share as well. We want to get this content out to as many of our people as possible. In addition, drop a comment. Let us know where you're checking in from. We always like to show love to folks supporting the platform. So, yeah, drop a comment. Let us know where you're coming in from. But definitely smash that like button for us. Smash that like button. All right, let me do this real quick while we are thinking about it. Here's the link to join us on the panel. You can drop this in your Google Chrome, your Microsoft Edge. If you're coming in through an Apple device, drop it in Safari. You got to use Safari. Yeah, join us on the panel. Don't be scared. You know, we get your face up on the screen, save you a little typing for the comments, and yeah, we get it on like that. In addition to the video feed here, we also have this link in all of the chat feeds as well. So you can catch it at the Kandid Konvos page on YouTube or Facebook, or you can shoot us a message and we'll send it to you that way as well. But definitely, if you haven't already, hit that like button for us. Hit that like button for us. I'll leave this link up here a little bit as we get into the conversation. See who we got checking in early. Donovan in the building. He said, what up, though? What's going on, Donovan? Appreciate you checking in with us tonight, brother. Always holding us down. Got Kenyatta in the building. She said, happy Wednesday. Happy Wednesday to you as well. Appreciate you holding us down, as always, every Wednesday night. But yeah, anybody watching us right now, drop a comment. Let us know where you're checking in from, and also hit that like button as well. All right. Hold on one second. Let me get my stuff together. That's interesting. Okay, there we go. Okay. All right, cool. So let me, I'm going to drop this link down for a minute. Like I said, let us know if y'all need the link for tonight. We'll bring it back up if need be. Let's see. Shout out to my guy, Hink, the basement in the building. He said, what's up, ladies and gentlemen? What's going on, Hink? Appreciate you joining us tonight, man. Checking out the platform. Like I said, we was over there checking you out. I think that was yesterday. Yeah, we was checking you out. So definitely go check out my guy, Hink, the basement. He dropped some great content, some great reviews. So definitely go check him out on YouTube as well. I said, great content. Good brother. Let's see. Shout out to Brianna Avery in the building. She said, hello, everyone. What's going on, Brianna? Appreciate you joining us tonight, as always. All right, cool. I think that's everybody. I want to go and get on into this. All right, so we talking tonight. Topic for the night. What has happened to Black people? That's a good question, man. Topic for the night. What has happened to Black people? Let me make sure JR good. JR, you good over there, man?
Hello, everyone. And no, it's been snowing.
It's snowing in London. You said you outside of London, right? You said it's snowing, man?
Yeah, it's been snowing over the
Nice.
UK, so yeah, I think like all over the country has been snowing, yeah, so it's come early, man. I ain't seen nothing like this before.
Wow.
You know what?
Normally it's like late December, you know, it comes for like a week or two, or maybe late in the, you know, January type of flex, and then goes. So this is probably the earliest we've had it in probably my whole life since I've been in the UK. So yeah, man, it's cold, man. It's cold.
Okay, well, you might as well go and get used to it, man. It ain't hot over here either.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's cold and rainy over here, man. But yeah, I said stay safe over there, man.
Yeah, we have to, man. We have to.
No, I hear that. Let me see who else checked in. Let's see. Mark Kendall in the building. He said, good evening, people. What's going on, Mark? Appreciate you joining us tonight, brother. All right, let's go and get on into this. So y'all, man, videos was flying over. It's a plethora of stuff down here. So I guess I'm going to take it from the left to the right. We'll see what we got.
If you with a and he not helping you out, contributing, whatever, do you feel like he like you any less? If you with a and he not helping you out, contributing, whatever, do you feel like he like you any less?
Explain with him.
Y'all down. Y'all doing more than y'all not in a relationship. You could sleep.
Y'all not in a relationship.
Okay, y'all not in a relationship.
So, okay, with that context,
I don't feel like you with it. I feel like if a man comes into your life as a friend, as a relationship, as a romantic relationship, whatever, that if that man comes into your life and sees you're struggling on any level and he wants to be a part of your life, and then you on top of him entering, you literally are giving him your body and things like that. To me, I can't, and not that I think that sex is transactional, but I think that if I'm comfortable enough to give you my body, I should be comfortable enough to say, hey, I'm struggling in this area, or hey, I got ABC going on, or hey, you know I live here with myself, and you know the bills is due on the first of the month.
If you with a and he not helping you out, contribute.
Interesting. So topic for the night. What has happened to Black people? Okay. Okay, so that's video number 1 y'all sent over. So that looks like tonight's conversation. The young lady is talking about she's in a little situation with a guy, and I think how she put it, would he like her any less or something like that? And then shout out to Randy Rosario. So she said that, you know, if the young lady's giving this guy her body and she got some stuff going on, she should be able to come to him. And I don't even know, man. I don't even know. Drop a comment. Let me know what y'all say. Let me check in with the panel because this Coco, Vince, JR. Yeah, come off mute. Say what y'all want to say.
People pander to this nonsense. Why don't you just say it's transactional? Y'all having sex and you want a little money to help you out. Just be honest about it. And my thing is, I mean, you knew the first time he didn't give you no money, so why was there a second time?
Right.
If you want a man that's helping you out, he should be helping you out from the beginning if that's what you're looking for. So don't change up the situation after you done had sex with him 4 or 5 times and he done busted down for free. He done got it for free. What are you gonna pay for it for? So I don't even know why people have these dumb these be just a nigga. But first of all, you done called him a nigga, so that means he ain't nowhere from the beginning.
Right.
What you expect from a nigga, but nigga-ish.
That's real right there. I appreciate that. Yes, Coco, you want to say something?
I mean, well, I don't think it's a lot more really that you can say. I think that it's funny to me, right? I just finished watching a video where a woman said that she's not down with struggle love. Like she's not with that struggle love. It's crazy, right? So you don't want to be with a man that you think can't provide. Let me say it that way. That can't provide the type of lifestyle that you would prefer to live with a man. Yet you guys will be in these situationships with men and you can't ask them for anything.
Right.
You can't ask them for anything. So instead of dating and marrying a man that may just be an average earning man, you know, but a good dude, but maybe he's just an average earning man. So instead of marrying that man and working with that man and building with that man, you'd rather be in a situationship with the ninja that you can't even ask him for anything. Make it make sense. Like, I guess I just don't understand. It doesn't make sense, ladies. Like, I'm starting to get confused. Like, I want to understand and I want to be, I want to be a team girl. I really do. I want to be a girl's girl, but I'm confused. Y'all confusing me. Because you're not saying what you mean and then meaning what you're saying. So I'm struggling because it's either or. Either you're going to say, I'm not going to give the wifely duties. I'm not going to do the wifely things until I'm made a wife. In which case, these types of things wouldn't happen. You know why? Because you wouldn't be sleeping with that man. How about that? But y'all ain't ready for that conversation. So until you guys want to be honest and real about it, you got to pick a struggle.
That's real. That's real right there. Let me check in. JR, you want to say anything, man? I just want to check with you real quick.
Yeah. Mr. Vince said it correctly. Like, you just say how it is, you know. And I think, was it Randy said?
Yeah, Randy Rosario. Yep.
Yeah, she said it, but she just tried to say it more nicer way than what Mr. Vince said. Just ask, say how it is. I think for me personally, it's a case of if we're in that situation, yeah, I'm gonna give you the money, but you're gonna send that back. It's a loan. Because, listen, you see my third leg and your 2 lips? That's the transaction. What I gotta give you money for? You're getting more from me. So, yeah, that's gonna be a loan. I'll give it you, but you gotta send that back. Remember, we're not in a relationship, right? So it's a loan.
You ain't say
If
the
you're my
loan,
girl,
did
then
you?
it's different.
You say alone? Is that what you just said, man?
Damn right I said that. Like I said, yeah, if I'm giving you my third leg and you're giving me your two lips to take my soul, that's it. That's the transaction. Why do I need to give you money and look after you when you're not my girl? So you want that help? I'm willing to help, right? Will you help me satisfy my needs? Cool. You need a few things paid for. There you go. Send that back. This is the date. Keep it moving.
Hmm. Okay, I'm gonna leave that right there, man. I'm gonna leave that right there. Oh man, I'm going. I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say this because this is partially why the conversation tonight is what has happened to Black people. Looking at this video definitely makes me ask that question: what has happened? Yeah, what has happened to us? So we're looking at a young lady. She's saying that she messing with this dude, and they're not in a relationship, but they doing what they do, and she trying to figure out if he looking at her differently and all this nonsense. And I'm just like, are we still doing this? Yeah, like, are we still doing this? Like, we still laying up with cats? We still, coming on the show trying to see what Randy gonna say so she can come back and say she not with transactional, but yet she gave a whole example of being transactional. So if you land up with my man, but then now you can go back to him and ask him, you tell him your bills is due and all that. That sounds like a transaction to me. I'm like, you just said you ain't with the transactional. You don't want to call it transactional, but that's exactly what it is. It's transactional. So it's like, are we still doing this? You have 20s, 30s, 40s. Like, are we still doing this? Yeah, you still messing around with these cats that you don't even respect enough to call them men. You want to call them ninjas. That's the first thing, right? Yeah, you messing around with a ninja, dude that you call a ninja. And then you want to lay up with this guy. Then you want to come back asking this dude for some money, but then we don't want to call it transactional. But then yet my man ain't made no commitment to you whatsoever. You just admitted that. But you still laying up with him. So I'm like, help me understand it. Like, are we still doing this? Like, we still playing these games to have these questions, to not know where we stand with each other, to not know if my man is even thinking about making a commitment to me. Like, are we still doing this? Yeah, like what's done happened to us? Like, I thought we was trying to get off of this, but I guess not. Go ahead, Vince. I see you want to respond. Go ahead, man.
I truly believe God has given us over to a reprobate mind.
Mm.
The delusion is so deep and so ingrained in the people, and the truth is nowhere to be found. And it's too much money to be made off of our ignorance, off of our separation, and off of our stupidity. And there's no place where there is a moral high ground any longer, not even the church. Me and Remy are looking for a church home, and we've been disappointed 3 times because it's all about your happiness and trying to get praying for a job or praying for a husband. Where's salvation? What about your soul? God has become our friend instead of our Lord.
Mm.
Everybody want to live up under grace. That's all they want is grace. Every time, well, what about the grace? What about the grace? What about the grace? There is a hell, isn't it? Christian people, there is a hell. And it ain't even though around the edge is sin we do. And I know sin is sin, but we do big sin.
Yeah, we
Vaping
out
out of
here.
wedlock, living in sin, fornication. Well, our pastors is having girlfriends and 3, 4 ex-wives. Well, he just a man like everybody else. But see, that gives them the excuse for them to live in sin. That's the excuse. Well, ain't nobody perfect, and it's not about perfection. I thought it was about holiness. Trying to live holy. Trying to. People ain't even trying to live holy. People ain't even try. I ain't even say holy. I'm gonna say right. People ain't even trying to live right. Not people just having babies. Like, we know what having babies without a structured household does for that child.
Right.
We know how having kids is struggle life, especially when you're not prepared. But we still doing it. It baffles my mind, and sometimes I just gotta unplug because the delusion. Then you got these ladies who think, well, maybe your twat ain't good enough for no money, but ain't nobody gonna tell them that. Maybe you need to take your butt to the gym, then maybe you can get a couple dollars. I mean, if you picking the guy up, he ain't got no money. I'm like, well, did he show you had any money when you got with him? Did he have a car? Did he have a place? Well, no, I picked him up, and we stopped and got us some drink and got us some the papers that you roll weed, some blackwoods, and we Netflix and chill, and I gave him some.
Right. That's how I go. That's how I go. And that's what I'm saying, Vince. I'm trying to figure out, because like I said, I hear the discussions around these things that we need to stop doing, or these things that we're not going to accept or tolerate, right? So I see those conversations as well, but then we'll come right back and I'll see an example of us still playing in it. Like I said, tonight's conversation, I said, and shout out to the show. I'm not knocking the show. I just, some of the stuff that goes on the show. And like I said, I'll see grown women come on the show and they'll stand up there and they'll ask their questions, and they ask the question and it's just like, are you really participating in that scenario? Like just keeping it in the book. And I know you done had a little glass of, Zinfandel with a cherry in it. Like, I know I know you feeling good, but it's like, are you really participating in that scenario? So are you still voluntarily laying up with some dude, not knowing where y'all stand, not knowing if he gonna commit to you or not, then trying to see, well, then coming on the show asking a question, then another young lady, Randy, got to tell you, well, if you giving him your body, it should be okay for you to ask him for some money or tell him your bills is due and all of this. And it's like, but we still participating in this stuff. Like we don't know where this stuff ends or where it goes. Like it's like we never, I guess the word is progress. It's like we never progress out of these choices that we make, but then we complain at the results that we get. Like, it just don't make sense. Go ahead, Coco. I know you want to say something.
I was just going to say, kind of piggybacking off of Brianna's comment. Mm-hmm. What happened to that? Like, I still get a little confused, right? As women, we're more educated than ever, right? These are the stats that you guys give me, right? We're more educated than ever. We have these great jobs. We're able to, our buying power, has increased. So I guess I'm just trying to figure out, why are you in these situations with these men expecting them to take care of you? That is not their responsibility. If he is not your husband, it is not his responsibility to financially take care of you. Like JR said, basically, it's a mutual arrangement. I'm giving you something, you're giving me something. If that's all there is between us, then why are you expecting anything financial? That's not what we are. She even admitted that they weren't in a relationship. So why would you be expecting relationship things? I go back to what I said before. Y'all keep saying, till he makes me a wife, I'm not going to do wifely duties for him. Then why in the world should he be doing husband duties for you when you are not his wife? Why? As a husband, as a man, his resources, right? That's what he would be providing for you as a woman. He would be providing his resources, even if that's his time. It's his time, it's his know-how, it's his skill, it's his ability, his talent, his money. Those are the things that he's going to be providing as a husband to someone. But now you want him to give that to you for what? Because you didn't even require a relationship for sex. You didn't even make it a requirement for y'all to at least be in a committed relationship before you gave him a piece. Now you want him to pay you for what? So, I mean, I just think that we have to think about what we're doing, right? It sounds really good that I take care of myself. I can do bad all by myself. I'm an independent woman. If he can't do this, this, and this for me, then, but y'all telling on yourselves, because then you get on these social media platforms every chance you get and talk about how some man won't even give you $5 to go down the road to the 7-Eleven. How many of these videos have we reacted to? How many times has a woman said she can't get money from a man that she's sleeping with? So which is it? I'm gonna keep drilling this point in, because I need somebody to tell me. I need a lady to tell me. I need a woman to tell me. Which is it? Are y'all girls got it going on out here? Or is somebody capping?
Mm.
I'm just saying. Because I'm not against women. I'm not, one of those that want to tap dance on male platforms just so I can build a platform. This is our platform. I'm simply saying, y'all got to make it make sense. As a woman, I'm watching what you guys are doing and it doesn't make sense. You want someone to take you serious, but you can't be serious like this. So, I mean, the real question is, what is it that you want? Do y'all really want to be in committed relationships? Do y'all really want to find a man? Because when men say that the pee in the dating pool is largely due to the female species and how they're carrying themselves, I'll be the first one that want to say, no, wait a minute, not too much on the ladies now, because we got to be objective. There's men out here that, they peeing in the pool too, right? I want to be objective. I really do. But ladies, I'm sorry. It's just you giving me too much. You giving me too much content. So are you capping? Is this real, or is this really what we about? Because if it is, then there must be some truth to what the men are saying. And now we got to go take a look at ourselves and make some adjustments and hold ourselves accountable.
Holding ourselves accountable. I like how that sound. JR, I saw you come up, man. Go ahead.
Yeah, I just want to add onto Miss Cole's point about about what she's seeing, about what the men are saying about, the pee in the pool and whatnot, and obviously men also being a part of it, right? I basically just want to say that the reason why that I believe that men are sitting there saying that, hey, you can look at me all you want, but it's both of us, or furthermore, it's them, because I understand about men having the discipline, discernment and whatnot, right? But we know as men, overall, that's what we want from women, right? But here's the reality. We can say as men have standards, whatnot, I understand. But there was a rule to it. In order for you to have sex, you had to get married. You broke the rules, there was consequences to it, to the man, because you had to hold the man accountable for his actions. And of course, by default, the woman's also held accountable. So obviously for the young and speaking today, all we're saying is like, hey, we understand that men always gonna want sex, but in the current situation that we're in today, the women have made it so easy for us to get it. Why should we give more when we know, hey, I want it, but I want it under this instead, which is, let's do it the right way. Best believe they don't want to do it the right way. So I want it, So it's either I sit out the game or I play the game. Does that make sense? So that's my two options. And of course, we can obviously get into it, or which one you should go for, whatnot. But that's why I just want to make that point. So I understand where Miss Chloe is saying. So it's not necessarily a blame game. We just want to be vocal and say, hey, ladies, we keep pointing the fingers at you, right? But what we're saying is, if you act correct, it comes back on the man, because we are going to get penalized and there's consequences for it if we don't act accordingly. It's not going to be on you. It's on the man.
Okay, I got that right there. Go ahead, Jordan. Let me catch these comments up.
So the lady in the panel who was answering the lady with the issue, it was clear that it was transactional, but I guess the unspoken rule was that it was actually prostitutional. So they were kind of like saying it without saying it. I guess they didn't have to say it because we all know it. And I think I know that's the reason why the lady was drinking, because it takes a lot of courage to get up on stage and speaking in broken English to talk about her situation with a man that she may, or at least she may or may not love, but she loves him enough to sleep up under him. Um, is coping with her being treated as a human sex doll, basically. Um, and I mean, I guess that's embarrassing for any woman in that situation to be used in that way, but to willingly put herself in a position to be used in that way. So she has no one else to blame but herself, and to call another man uh, a nigga. I mean, you're sleeping with the man, so what does that make you? But like Vince said earlier, this is the greatest sin that we deal with, is sexual immorality. It's the one that I feel like the black community struggles with the most. With the well, it started with the music, in my opinion, probably back in the '90s, um, early '90s, and it just got progressively worse with more risque R&B music. We listen to it and then we consume ourselves with it. We adopt it and then we try to emulate it. And then it gets spread throughout the culture. Whereas before, these things, from what I was told from my parents, my grandparents growing up, was not a thing. The family was the that was the cool thing to look forward to. Preserving yourself, both men and women, not just the man sowing their wild oats, um, but the man getting married early, which Vince did speak about before in the past, about how important it is for a man to marry early, as well as with the woman, to avoid the situation that we have now with self
But
abasement. So, like, people just abusing themselves and abusing other people and calling it sexual freedom. Mm,
but Joe,
it was
my question? So you brought up a good point. So I know you said that you think that some of this stuff comes out of the music, right? So some of the things
a
that
lot
we
of it.
consume kind of contains this content, so we absorb it and we kind of live it out. But I guess my question to that would be is how long can we use that excuse? Like, the music been there. Yeah, it's rap now, but before that it was, Rock Creek Park and anything else. For all my old school heads, like, the music been there. And it's like we know what the music does. We know the music is full of sex, drugs. When we say rock and roll, money, like, we know what's in the music. But it's like, still at some point though, we have to make a different decision. Like, I guess my question would be, to that point, is why haven't the examples outnumber? Why haven't the examples that we see overpowered the music? Because we've all seen the negative results of this situation that this young lady just presented, on this panel, right? We've seen the results. So, like, at what point does the results that we're seeing that come out of that situation, at what point does that overpower the control of the music? Like,
But I think,
like, go ahead.
It's
but I think the point is also, Quay, we don't have a balance anymore. It's all one way. When was the last time you heard a love R&B song? Talking about love.
Right.
When? Who?
I got you. It's been a minute. Yeah, it's been a minute.
What artist out there is there Whitney Houston?
So to that,
Nobody.
that's
It's
a good
all
question,
Summer
Vince.
Walker, Breaking Hearts, Making Babies, Hate These Niggas, Hate These Bitches. Excuse my language, but that's what it is. That's all we have. Rap music. Where's the Tribe Called Quest? I mean, we have Kendrick Lamar a little bit, but it's not
Right.
like it used to be. We used to have a balance. Yeah,
Right.
we had Dr. Dre and NWA, but I also had my grandparents to tell me that was just entertainment. That wasn't real. Where's the parents who saying that's just entertainment, that ain't real? Or is the parents living that shit too?
Mm.
And then another thing about this lady is she just don't want to feel like a hoe. Because she's going around to her girlfriends and she talking about this dude and they said, well, where y'all go? Did y'all go out to eat? She don't go nowhere but the bedroom. So she don't want to feel like a hoe. She was like, ooh, girl, he paid my phone bill last week. Ooh, girl, he took me to Walmart so I can get some groceries for me and these kids. That's all it is. She just don't want to feel like a hoe. That's what it is.
I hear you, man. I'm just, well, I guess to your point, Vince, then I guess we would have to take some accountability in this situation as well. So as it relates to the music, we're the ones that support the music. Yep. So if we're not out here paying for Tribe Called Quest, but we out here paying for Sexy Red, I mean, I guess all we're gonna get is sexy. I mean,
and I love me some Sexy Red. She's such a rat. I don't know why we like. I don't know why we like the ratty stuff in our community. Like I love a good gangster drug dealing show. I like BMF. Come on, everybody like BMF. Come on now.
Oh, that's wild, man.
But I think it's turned because now that's all we got. There's no I still can remember good love songs, good love stories. I still wanted to be married. These kids don't want to be married. They don't want to have no authority. They want to do what they want to do and just claim that it's just about their happiness. Ain't nothing to do with living right or morals or character. It's just about what I want to do right now. That's it.
Yeah, but now to that point though, Vince, that's where I was going with it. It's like at this point, do we even want the love songs anymore? Yeah, that's really where I'm going with it. Because I said I came through that range, right? So I came through the Teddy P and the Al Green and the Marvin Gaye. So that was in my time. Because that's what my parents, that's all they was playing in the house, cleaning every Saturday morning. So see, that's what I know. But see, today, those love songs now is, Chris Brown, Let Me Blow Your Back Out. This R&B group talking about let me sex you up and down. Like it don't even sound the same. But at the same time, are we still trying to even support the artist that is trying to do a love song? There's still a couple cats out here. Yeah, still a couple cats out here trying to do some real love songs, trying to do the non-violent music, trying not to, still some females out here they not doing the Sexy Red and the Glorilla and all this. But is we even supporting them? Like, do we even want that anymore? Or have we just acclimated to the new stuff and that's what we now absorb into our lives and normalize, and that's what we move off of. So yeah, I also feel like, we got to own a piece of this. Because a piece of this is us. Yeah, this is what we going after. Let me catch these comments, and I'm gonna come right back to the panel. Hold tight, fellas. Let me just catch these comments real quick. Let's see. Kenyatta says, "Struggling girl, those bills. Let's see. Those are your bills. Stop living above your means." Okay, appreciate that comment right there. Shout out to Brianna Avery as well. She said, "What happened to independent women that don't need a man? Why do women feel like a man is responsible for her life and her responsibilities?" Yeah, that's gonna be the question of the century right there. Question of the century. Let's see. Eva Wright said Hirsch with the hand clap. Okay. Hirsch got some supporters out here in the audience out here showing some love. Let's see. Shout out to Eddie Thorne. He said a woman that asked me for a friend's request on Facebook told me after I accepted the friend's request that she wanted a man to take care of her and her daughter by another man. So she just gonna request support, huh? Okay, appreciate that comment right there, Eddie Thorne. Let's see. Eva Wright said, let's see. Shout out to Eva Wright in the building. She said, why take it if it's so easy? Let's see. You don't want her. You don't want her. You want some fun. It goes both ways. Huh. Okay, Eva Wright trying to get it started, I see. Eva Wright. Let me go ahead and take notes on that. I see Eva Wright trying to get it started. Okay, we might have to come on back to that. Let's see. Janine Martin said, let's see, there's no more R&B groups. Yes, yeah. Well, I guess when you say groups, yeah, nah, I give you that. I think it's more individuals at this point. But see, once again, did we stop supporting that? Is that why a lot of them cats phased out? So I don't know. Good little question that we might have to dig into. Let's see. Eva Wright said, because it's not catchy or trending, people have to realize music, movies, etc. is entertainment, not something to base your life on. Use your brain. Does this really work in real life? Okay, good question right there. Appreciate that comment, Eva Wright. See, Janine Martin said it's up to us to introduce good songs of our time to our kids. My 9-year-old daughter has turned into an old school DJ. Yeah, no doubt. To Vince's point, the parents play an active position in making sure the kids get access, to those things and are not just consuming this new nonsense. So no, valid point, Janine Martin. I appreciate that comment. Let me come back to the panel. Joe, you want to say something? Go ahead, man.
Yeah, I want to answer your question real quick and respond briefly to what JR said earlier. He said, we don't, we don't support love music the way that we did before, in my opinion, because love is not demonstrated in the places in which those love songs stem from. So you can't talk about something that you don't know nothing of. So it's actually, in my opinion, systemic of what we see in our environment. And rappers talk about it all the time. I'm rapping about my environment, which was true. They may not have necessarily done it themselves, but Tupac is talking about the things he's seen growing up and wherever he grew up, Baltimore, I believe. And that's what he's going to talk about. He can't talk about something that he hasn't experienced, at least not with any sort of authenticity. So you have a lot of artists today, be it rappers, you already know rappers do it, R&B, even the movies that we produce. It's the basement because that's what we see, that's what we grew up with. We saw things that our mothers and fathers did to each other, the lack of love in the household. So that's what you sing about, that's what you rap about. The broken families and broken homes. And so you project that through the art that we produce. So it's kind of like it's a circular thing. It starts in the home and then it ends up in the mainstream. Then the mainstream influences more of what takes place in the home, and round we go. And to JR's point about women making it easy for us to get sex, because of that, it's not worth anything. It's worth nothing. So when he said that we only have two choices, which I agree with, is either you sit out of the game or you choose to play the game. I've made decisions that I've even questioned whether or not I should have played it because the woman wanted to be played. They wanted me to run through. They wanted me to do one night stands. And I would be the one to be like, thinking that, okay, am I crazy? Because everyone else seemed to think I should sleep with this woman I just met. Gorgeous. Even some of my friends be like, how come you didn't? I said, well, 'cause I barely know her. I said, I know you would do something, but then at first I'm thinking, yeah, that's not what I'm going to do. But over time, it wears on you. And it's like, well, is that something I should do? And then it becomes, yeah, this is something I should do. So only God himself will keep me from situations that would further devalue the women that they don't even realize that they're asking me to do for them on their behalf. They think I'm doing them a favor, but in me trying to protect them, they think I would be rejecting them. And so you have a lot of guys who come across that situation like I did and say, well, screw it, because the women don't want relationships. They don't want commitment. I want that. Then you start feeling crazy as a person, like, well, maybe I shouldn't want that. So all these influences outside of you, because we still have needs, physical needs, emotional needs, and say, well, if they don't want relationships, the least I can get is sex. And since women, if that's all they want from me, then that's what I'm gonna give them. But the problem is that when a man falls into that trap, then he begins to view himself as just a third leg. He doesn't see himself as a human being anymore, any more than a woman doesn't see herself as just an open hole to put stuff into. So we all lose uh, ourselves and our self-esteem the moment we engage in these sexually immoral behaviors that we don't like to talk about and say it's corny. But I've seen the damage happen to my own friends. The women that they end up with, it's a reflection of who they are. They can't escape it because of their past. Men, not just women. So there's a consequence, there's
Oh,
a
Joe,
price to pay.
you call them
There
BS, man.
There's a price to pay for the lifestyle that we choose to live, as Vince said, and only by the grace of God that I managed to avoid most of it. Like I would talk to you guys about going to the strip club or dealing with this stripper, but I would be careful not to go all the way. I would do some things, but not everything. But there's something about that everything that corrupts the soul. I don't know what, I can't quite put my finger on it. People say STD, sexually transmitted disease. I say spiritually transmitted disease. It's something about that person. Whatever they got on them, it's on you, and it becomes hard to break. And now it makes it almost impossible to even consider a commitment, a relationship with the opposite sex. Anything that's healthy, that's of value, that can promote families. And so it's a societal thing, and that's something that the Black community, all of society in America has fallen for it, but blacks specifically, we have fallen for it the worst because we believe the lie of feminism. We believe the lie of sexual liberation that they put out, that they push. And I say they because we know who they are. They pushed it and we supported it. And then it affected us the most when we were the most married families in the world, or at least in America. And then it became the opposite slowly over time. So it was like a psyop. And we still don't know that it's happening to us. We still think it's just all fun and games until the curses come
Yeah,
about and the karma comes about. Then it becomes a
so I
problem.
don't believe that, man. I don't believe that. So that's what I'm saying, man. I think we do know. I think we do know that it's happening to ourselves, but I think the problem is we don't care. Yeah, see, this is the thing, man. We can only do the excuses. Listen, this is not directly at you, Joe, but listen, I've heard this one before. We can only do the excuses or plan the position that we don't know better. You can only do that so long. Yeah, we know what it is at this point. We know that this feminism stuff is playing up in there. We know that some of these chicks that we come across, we shouldn't touch them with a 10-foot pole. Like, we know that. Yeah, it's not a dude on this panel right now that ain't crossed the chick before and was like, nah, and I ain't gonna touch that one. Like, we just already be knowing. There's not a female in these comments on this panel that ain't crossed the dude, and she just like, nah, this ain't the one. Like, I know he handsome and he smell good, sis, but nah, this ain't the one. Like, we gotta, at some point, we gotta be honest about this thing. Yeah, we be acting like we be weak to this stuff. Like, we just can't control it. Like, somebody throw you a little piece of something and we just got to take it. Like, I don't know how many times somebody sends some food out and food bad. You got to send that thing back. You ain't going to just go and eat it. Like, we be acting like we don't have no type of control of ourselves and our bodies. And that's crazy work, because we do. We
You
just pick and
underestimate
choose.
conditioning.
We just pick and choose where we want to apply that. And it's like when it comes down to this sex, then it's almost like, I can't turn it down. Like, I just gotta get it. And it's just like, why do we feel like that? Yeah, why do we feel like because somebody offer you something, knowing that everything ain't good? Why do we feel like we just gotta take it? Yeah, if somebody put a line in front of your face right now, put some crack rock in your face, you're not gonna touch it. But somebody put a little, be blunt, somebody put a little piece of ass in your face and you act like you gotta take it. Like, help, somebody gotta make me understand that. Yep, at 20, 30, 40 years old, how we don't know no better? Like, help me understand that. I'll give us teenage years when we was over here learning stuff and all of that and trying to figure out. I'll give us that. But we 20s, 30s, and 40s at this point. How we don't know better? Go ahead, Coco.
I was just going to say, I think that, and this is just to anybody, watching or on a, panel. it's not directed at anybody else, because at the end of the day, we all make excuses and justifications for our behavior. But I think we have to get to the point where we understand that this isn't going to change. There isn't going to be any kind of progress for our personal situations or any kind of progress within our community if we don't really start holding ourselves accountable and stop making justifications. There is no halfway, like Vince was saying earlier, there's no halfway sin. Sin is just sin. It doesn't matter if you feel like I didn't go all the way. I only did half of it. I only put half in. I didn't put it all in. I don't know what y'all be trying to convince yourselves of, but like for real, and this is not a personal attack. I mean, I'm just being serious. Like, it's just some things that we have to just own it. Like, for real, just own it and say, look, it was a choice I made. Period. Point blank. I made the choice, and I probably shouldn't have. And now that I know better, I should just do better and not make excuses for it, because it's not helping us. It's not helping us as a community. It's not helping us as individuals. Like, you just got to own that and just eat it and move on. Like, that's really where we are. That's really where we are, guys. Like, you fat, lose weight. You know what I'm saying? Like, you lazy. Get up off the couch, quit watching Netflix, do something for yourself. Like, you lack discipline. You don't have any self-control. You have, you know what I'm saying? Poor personality. Like, nobody has ever told you about yourself. And so you feel like you can do and say whatever you want, and you can't. Like, it's just to stop, let's just stop making excuses for the behavior. That is how we start to actually make progress as people, and how we start to make progress in our community, right? Like, just stop with the excuses. You don't have to sleep with everything that you don't have to catch it because it's thrown at you. You don't. And at the end of the day, it's like, guys, we tell women, right? We get on this very platform, this one right here, and we'll say things like, ladies, who are y'all around when y'all complain about these men that don't have jobs and don't have anything going on for themselves, and they don't know how to treat you, and they're cheaters and they're abusive, and the first thing we'll say to you is, you need to switch the people you around. Like, who are you picking? That's usually one of the first things we'll say. Okay, cool. So I can say that to the dudes too. If you seeing these women that ain't doing nothing but throwing you a piece of behind, who you around? Like, because she's not quality. She's not quality if she throwing, y'all know. She ain't quality. She's just not. Don't delude yourself, because a quality chick is not going to be throwing it at you like that, almost trying to force it on you. She's not. So if she's throwing it at you, she's not quality. You don't want that. Just like how we tell women to be mindful of those kinds of dudes, be mindful of those types of chicks. You don't want that. You don't want it. Quit even playing with that. That's the kind of stuff we say when we say hold yourself accountable and have some discipline. You don't want that. But then if you're going to engage in that, don't come back and say, I didn't have a choice. My hands was tied. I was just convinced. And let's not do that anymore. We're all adults. Let's just call it what it is. It's what you wanted to do. But then don't be surprised when you don't get where you're trying to go. And I'll just leave it at that. And that's for anybody that need that. Really, just for real. Like, we just have to stop playing.
Yeah. No, that's real right there. Let me check in. I know Cole popped up. Hirsch up top as well. I know if you want to say something, Hirsch, if you want to, just come off mute, say what you want to say. Cole, I see you down there as well. Joe is down there as well. JR is down there as well. Hirsch, I saw you come on. You want to say something, man?
Yeah, just saying it was good seeing everybody, and I'm just interested in the next clip to see what that's about. That's all.
Okay. Yeah, this next clip is this from Eva Wright, I believe. It's from Eva Wright. Yeah, let me keep us going. I got a couple that came over, so let me see what this one is right here.
Fellas, y'all thought we left y'all out, didn't it? couple of weeks done passed. Election done went by. They think we done forgot about them.
Yeah, we back on that bullshit today, baby. We through with all of the sadness and we finna jump right back into it. So last time we say black women when we start. Black men, it's your turn.
Okay, look, fellas, I'm all for your self-care. You get your feet done before you go on vacation and all that. But y'all getting in our way. We can't get wax appointments. We can't get pedicure appointments. We can't get our nails done because y'all in there getting gel polish and shit. Move out the way. This our shit.
Ain't no more clear polish. It's gone. Y'all done used all of it. Fellas, answer me this here. When y'all start carrying purses? Is that okay now? Y'all can carry purses? What's your more say? It's giving too feminine.
It's giving too feminine.
It's too feminine.
It's giving too feminine.
Put your purses up. Just leave that to us.
Fellas, okay, look. I just want to know a little bit more about this. Because times just done changed. I just want to know when y'all became the prize. A lot of y'all want to be us too bad. Y'all got good qualities and all of that. But damn, pick us.
When did y'all start wearing them shorts up so high? I know y'all like the whole term hoochie daddy shorts because y'all been working on y'all thighs this summer. That's cool. But some of them done got so little, y'all come to the gym and y'all doing your jumping jacks and the balls is coming out of the sides.
And they spreading staph infection.
I don't want them up that high.
And fellas, this is the question I had. Why when y'all text us and say, how you doing, what you need, and we tell y'all, we just need $10,000. And then y'all don't follow up with a Zelle or Apple Pay. I don't understand. When y'all stop doing that?
I don't know what kind of niggas you been with, but they ain't never started over here.
They ain't never done that?
No.
Okay, well, y'all need to start doing that. Send it.
Okay, now this one, it ain't much for jokes, but it is a concern that I have.
Okay.
When y'all start hating on black women so much?
Oh, baby, now, come on.
Because won't they preach?
Sunday.
When did we become rivals and where we got to compete so much in everything that we do?
Why are y'all in so much competition with us?
Damn, I thought we came from the same.
Lord, we asking for a factory reset on all these niggas you
Interesting.
Come on, please let me take this one.
Go ahead, Vince.
First of all, they could have got some more attractive women that look like some reject WNBA players.
Oh, man.
First of all, they like men. And first of all, I am the prize. You can ask my wife. I am the prize.
Okay.
And I'm raising my sons to be the prize.
Yeah, let him know, man. She.
Hey Vince, question. What makes you the prize?
Because I'm a leader. Because I'm a family man. Because I take care of everything. It ain't just financially. That what makes me the prize. I'm 1 in a million. My mind is 1 in a million. I can get Remy on here, but y'all wouldn't believe her no way. That's why she don't come on these shows. Because she be like, my grandfather was the prize. My uncles were the prize. My father wasn't the prize. But his son turned out to be the prize. So yes, I'm very confident. And I got receipts. So yes, men who should feel like they're the prize. Because y'all want us to be the prize. Just be honest. Y'all really want us to be the prize. Y'all want us to handle shit. Y'all want to live that soft life. Come on now. Let's be honest. Now, all that other stuff about the hoochie daddy shorts, that was just fun and games. But, I mean, they got on there with their head. He had a baseball cap on. Why you in the baseball cap, sir?
Sir?
I mean, if you gonna come at men, at least be cute. At least be cute. So you can say, okay, well, them chicks, you 10,000, she couldn't get $10 from me.
Ooh,
Maybe I'll get you some dyes so you can dye them grays on the top.
ooh.
Like they in they work band or something. Come on now, let me stop. You could have
Let
kept
me,
it
man,
better than that.
Please keep
let me,
going.
let me circle around. Let me circle around. Let me circle around.
And then competing. What? Who competing? That's well, come on. Who? Ain't nobody competing with no woman.
So hold on, Vince. Hold on, Vince. So see, okay. So I want to take her points one by one. I'm gonna let you go ahead, Hirsch. I saw you come off. Then I'll say what I'm gonna say. Go ahead, Hirsch.
Oh, I'm just taking it. I mean, I'm 100% with Vince, man. Like, I mean, I don't know. It was just too distracting. Like, just the way. I don't know. I'm not, I mean, I know I'm not talking about their accent or anything like that. It's just the way they were talking about the things. You know what I'm saying? It's like they were overly confident about what they were saying. Like there were some philosophers and, but it's all about opinion. You know what I'm saying? And again, I first and foremost want to say that all those men that they're describing, I don't identify with that group of men. You know what I mean?
Right.
To each his own. That's not me. And I don't think anybody on this panel is that man type of man either. So, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, it's where you're looking, it's where you're talking about, who you focusing on. And I'm just not with all that. Like, men, like the men on this panel right here, we're not competing with. We're taking care of our children. We're paying bills, getting our priorities together. We're not thinking about competing. If anything, it seems like it's the other way around. It seems like the women are trying to be the men. That's just what I've been coming with. And I'm not saying every woman, just a lot of women have been influenced by that. I just wanted to share that real quick.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I appreciate that right there. Some valid points. Go ahead, Vince. Then
Every time my feet touch that white sand, I get my feet, my neck. Every time I go out of town, I do get my toes done. And my wife be sitting there right with me. She said, if you go wear them sandals, your feet gotta look like something. So every time my feet touch that white sand and that blue water, I do get a manicure and pedicure.
Okay,
so, I am moisturized.
I ain't mad.
Right, but it's not like to the extent like what they're talking about. Like we're not over here like, oh, I gotta go do this. You know what I'm saying? It's like you just said, your wife is the influence. You know what I'm saying? And so we do what we gotta do, but they're just reaching. That's all I'm gonna say. They're reaching.
So let me I want to take it point by point. So they touched a couple things. So the first thing is the nail salons. Are the fellas in the nail salons more than they used to be? Now I can't speak on this, ladies. Y'all have to drop a comment and let me know if that's the case. Are the fellas in the nail salons more than they used to be? Is they in there getting the clear pile? I don't know what they're doing, but y'all have to let me know. So ladies, drop a comment, let me know. Number two, she said that fellas are out here carrying purses now. I'm gonna keep it a buck. I done seen some things. If I've seen some things out here now, to Herschel's point, I don't think this is majority of men. But I definitely have seen some things out here with a couple fellas. And I know I like to separate these celebrity cats because I know that's a whole nother thing. Yeah, I know they got these old funny stylists and they got agendas and all type of stuff. So I'm separating that. So I'm talking about dudes walking on the street. And I will say this: I think in that space, there have been some changes. Now I don't know why. I'm not personally one of them dudes, but I have seen some things out here. So there's some validity to what she's saying around these dudes carrying these purses around. There's something there. Yeah, I don't know if y'all have seen any of that, but I've definitely seen some of that stuff. So that was her second point. Listen, y'all can jump in whenever y'all want to, if y'all want to.
In Atlanta? That's what I've seen. San Diego.
Everywhere.
I'm in Detroit. Not Detroit. Now, let's be real. I'm downtown all the time.
Everywhere.
West side, east side. Nah, I'm not seeing it. Mercer's fanny packs maybe like in the 80s. But I haven't seen those.
If the
Now,
fanny
Joe.
pack ain't on your fanny, it's not.
Now, Joe. Listen, yeah. Obviously, you had
You
like
going for a
obviously,
jog? You going for a run?
yeah.
Go ahead, Jay.
Obviously,
I know you want to respond to him.
Now to
Go
be
ahead.
honest, I do have a couple luxury man bags.
Mm-hmm.
But I got it from the men's department in Louis Vuitton and in Gucci.
Yeah, they make them for y'all.
Because my wallet is big, so I gotta have something to carry my wallet.
Okay, Vince, but no. I just said we hold ourselves accountable. Nope. Nope. Nope.
Go ahead, JR. Go ahead, JR.
Yeah. Just to Mr. Vince's point, yeah, like obviously they do make man bags and whatnot as well, which is something that I grew up on. Obviously, I'm only 30, right? So that kind of was out there for us as well. And you don't really see a lot of guys wear man bags anymore, unless you got the, nice, expensive designer one where you bring it out here and there or whatever it is, stepping clean or neat, whatever it is. But what you're talking about, the shift, you're right. Now you're seeing guys wearing the women's bags and pink and all sorts, and it's like, bro, come on now. Like, I know we're talking about being stylish and all that, right? But listen, that's to the other side. It's not making sense. So yeah, like the ladies are right on that point there. They're not wrong. Like something's up in the waters there. It's it's not adding up.
Okay, no, I appreciate that right there. Go ahead, Coco.
So I would just say this, right? Like we know we live in an era where, just like JR said, it's all about fashion, it's all about serving looks, and men and women, right? And so what we've seen is fashion has sort of blurred the lines a little bit between masculine and feminine. And that has happened. You have men wearing charm bracelets, fanny packs, all of that. Like, no, it's not new for a man to have a fanny pack, but in the instances where a man wore a fanny pack, it was for utility reasons. It wasn't for fashion, right? Now men are doing it for the fashion of it, right? And I get it's a look, I understand. But I do agree with them on the point of I still think there needs to be some hard lines. Because I think that once you give too much, it starts to be hard to pull it back, right? And when women start to become too masculine, right? We get right up on this platform and we start talking about how horrible it is. So we got to do the same thing when we see men maybe starting to bleed over into areas where maybe they shouldn't. Now, nobody is telling a man not to care for himself and not to take good care of himself. Like, that's insane. You should be able to do that as well. If you want to smooth your feet out and get your pedicure, by all means, don't be scratching nobody up. You don't want to deal with that, okay? Do what you got to do. But I do think we do have to be careful not to blur the lines too much, because we see what happens when you start to blur the lines. Then it starts getting kind of confusing of what's acceptable, what's not acceptable. So, I mean, they was doing it as a joke though, but but for real, I think that we do need to kind of reestablish what's going to be that hard line, right? So that there is no confusion, because it's getting real confused. You just don't know anymore who's doing what, why, when. You don't know.
Right.
Great.
Okay, no, I appreciate that
Let the
right there.
women-
So you saying the pedicure is okay, but don't go get the black polish, on your nails and do all of that. So I understand what you're saying. So let me keep going, because she dropped a couple points. So let me keep going.
You don't get the polish, you get the buff. You don't get the polish, you get the buff.
No, they getting polished.
No, you don't
they
do
getting
polish.
polished.
You do
And
the
they
nice
getting color.
buff. No.
They getting color.
Oh wow. No.
Yeah, that's taking a little far. So let me keep going. So the next thing that she brought up was this prize thing. So she said that fellas, when did y'all become the prize, and y'all should be picking the women. So let me settle this. Well, I need to settle this once and for all. Who is the prize? Is it the man? Is it the woman? Give me y'all quick positions on this. Drop a comment. Everybody in the comments, let me know what y'all say. Who is the prize? Is it the man or is it the woman? Or just give me your breakdown.
I'll say this.
Go
The
ahead,
man
Vince.
is the catch. The woman is the prize. The man is the catch. The woman is the prize.
Okay. All right. Coco, what you say?
I guess I can go along with that because I guess so you have like the duality, but I would like to say, to add more confusion to confusion, that I think we both are a prize. I think the problem is you have to find that. Like I think the reason why women are saying no, I'm the prize, the man ain't the prize, is you ain't found the prize. Because if you found a man that was a prize, oh, you'll be letting them know. Yeah, he's a prize. So I guess I can go with Vince. You might rather say catch, but either way, I think that my husband is a prize to me, right? And I believe that I'm a prize to him. But there's no competition here, though. I guess if you're in competition, though, then that's different.
Okay, I feel that. Hirsch, what you say, man? Who's the prize, man? The man, the woman, or is it however you define it? Give me your breakdown.
Yeah, I like Vince's approach about the catching the prize thing. I like that, but I also I agree with Chloe too. I think that if with male or female, if you don't view your other person as like a prize, and what are you there for? You know what I'm saying? You're supposed to look at them like they're everything, or they're what you were hoping for, striving for to have. So that's why I don't really me personally, I don't get into all those labels and all that stuff. Like I just want to find somebody to do right to, by me, take care of me, have respect for other people, respect for themselves. Those qualities. I don't care about all these labels and these names and all that type of stuff. You know what I'm saying? So it's hard for me to kind of make a comment about it. But if I was to, that's what I would say. But but I do like what Vince said about that, like about the catching the prize. I like that.
Okay. All right. Cool. JR, who's the prize, the man or the woman? Or you got a different definition?
No, I probably agree with Mr. Vince as well, saying the man's the catch, woman's the prize. And if we're gonna go off the talking points that we typically hear, whether it is, women typically get their value up front, so the man, is getting a prize really, and she's getting a catch in the hopes of the man becomes something later on in life. So I'd probably apply that kind of logic to that, if that makes sense.
Okay. All right. Feel that right there. Joe, who's the prize, the man, the woman, or you got a different definition?
I don't know if I have a definition, but I do have just my experiences and what I've seen for my 36 years of life, and that it always has benefited me most when I was seen as the prize, not as the one who was looking at the woman as the prize, because I guess they would feel like they're being put on a pedestal. So it's almost like they're the ones that want to get on the man's program and do what he wants to do and follow where he wants to go. It seems like that gives them, I guess, some sort of purpose. So that's just been my case. But if it's opposite, when I was the one who was more so into the woman than she was into me, that never worked out, ever. Um, and if it did for a brief time, it didn't last very long because then I became manipulated and controlled. I was treated as less than. So I was confused about Vince's answer because his first answer was him saying he was the prize. And he did not hesitate in saying that because I'm the leader, the provider, and all these different things. But the second time you asked him the question, he switched it up on himself and said, "No, I'm the catch, but she's the prize." Which fair enough. But I agree with the first part of his answer more so than the second. And it's not to say that a woman doesn't have any value in herself, because the Bible does talk about the woman being a helpmate, and so it's not like it's a competitive thing. It's just like a hierarchy thing. Like, is a general more important than his soldiers beneath him, or is it kind of like a symbiotic relationship in which you have to recognize the general is the one in the superior position, so that he may lead the soldiers on the battlefield so they can win the war. Um, but if you have the soldiers believing that they're like the general, then you won't be able to get anything done. So one has to be more submissive to the other. Therefore, from my experience, the man is the prize in the situation. And one reason why I really like Simone Biles is that she was one of the few rare women to come on TV in a long time with all her accomplishments and all the things she's done to say, no, this man is the man I want to be. I know he's the prize. And then he also recognized himself. He said, I'm the prize. He realized what the situation was, but he got a lot of flack for it. So because of that, a lot of men will renege on themselves and say, "Oh, I'm not really the prize. It's or it's like kind of like an equal thing, or is it not really? Because even if it's equal, she'll be like, I want to find a guy who's better than me in most of these areas in life, not necessarily equal, but who's better, someone I can look up to, figuratively, literally, in different ways. That doesn't, again, diminish what a woman's value is to men, because we need help to accomplish the goal of having a family, having kids, and building a community, building a legacy. So it's not like we're doing it on our own. But in terms of women going out and looking, they're the hunters. They're the hunters. They're better at it than I ever was. Way better at it.
Wait. What you said the women are the hunters? Is that what you said, Joe?
Which will make the man the prize.
Okay.
I know it sounds.
I want to
I'm
say
going off
something to Joe's point.
Go ahead, Vince. Then I'm gonna take us to the next point. Go ahead, Vince.
Well, I switched it up because I was really just trying to be funny at first. But anyway, I kind of understand what Joe was talking about, because in my experience, especially as I got older, got more mature, got more confident, women do try to put themselves in front of you when they're trying to be, that way they're the hunter. So I understand what he's saying. Like, I've been places where women have tried to put themselves in front of me for me to talk to them. Ring on
So does that make them the hunter, or are they the prey? They're still their prey. So they're still
prey don't put themselves in front of the lion.
They're still they're still the prey. They're trying to get chose, because you still have to choose them though.
Right.
You still get to choose them or not.
Right.
So they're making themselves available, but you still have to be the one to choose them. True. You still have to choose them. So we could try to. This is really like more of a natural thing. It's really kind of if it happens the way that it's supposed to happen, it's natural. And yeah, a woman should make herself available. I don't mean too available, but you know what I mean. She should present herself like she's interested, if she's interested, to let you know that she's interested, and then you decide, okay, do I want that or not? Because you're still in that position to do that, right? So in that sense, I still believe that still gives you guys the power in that sense, because you can easily just be like, nope.
Well, let's for instance, I'm in a situation like, if we at the bar, most of the time a man is going to come up to a woman and ask them, how you doing? Hey, how you doing? Can I buy you a drink? I've been at bars sitting down, woman come there, can I buy you a drink? Hey, are you here by yourself? Oh, you look nice. Oh, your beard is nice. Oh, your glasses are nice. Oh, your teeth are nice. But usually it's not that way. Usually a man has to approach a woman in those type of situations. So I understand what Joseph is talking about, where they're putting themselves in front of you to be chose. Usually they pay coy and want you to come over to them. So I think that's what he's talking about with the hunter thing. That's what I'm getting. I don't know.
Oh, they're much more aggressive. If they want a guy, he becomes well. When it happens, I get that a lot of men don't experience it because they do it the way that society tells them. We're supposed to chase after them. But then when the script is flipped and you realize, wait a second, because I'm the one that's taking on most of the responsibility. If I'm the protector, that means I'm looking out for your best interest, physically, mentally, spiritually. If I'm the provider, then I'm having to lead. That's a whole different responsibility. It's a lot of energy involved. It's a lot. And again, it's not to say that if a woman can come under that, she's going to be good. So she's like intuitively looking for a man that provides that, which then makes the man the prize in the situation. But the problem is that a lot of men don't even see themselves as the prize. They don't value those qualities in the man. They lack those qualities in the man, and so they're forced to then be in the opposite to do the opposite, which is be the pursuer, which then makes them in a powerless position, which leads women to then believe we are the prize. So it's actually the
Joe,
opposite.
why do you feel that way though? So why do you feel that somebody that's pursuing somebody is powerless? Why do you think that?
That's crazy.
Because like we're just taking example of a hunter. So a guy who goes out with a shotgun into the forest and shoots deer, you think that he's powerless?
A guy that goes on to
No, just use a scenario of a dude who hunts. So a dude who goes out in the forest, he goes out with his buddies, they take their shotguns and they sitting up in the blind in the tree, looking for these deer. These deer come by, they shoot them, they kill them, they go skin them up, hang them up on the wall. So you think that guy is powerless? Is that what you're saying?
No.
I mean, that's what you just said. You said the hunter is putting yourself in a hunter position is powerless. So that's why I was asking, why do you feel that way?
So what I mean, that's actually a good analogy, is that if the man is in a situation where he's being hunted, he doesn't know he's being hunted, or we're taught that we have to be the ones to, I don't know, you put in a hunter analogy, but I'm speaking about relationship or not, so it's kind of different.
Hunting is still hunting though. You just don't have a firearm.
Yeah, it's not any different. Like I'll give you another analogy, right? So a guy who is let's just say a guy who's a vice president. So he's a vice president at a company. He goes and interviews people to be on his team. Like, do you think that makes him powerless, or that you think because he puts himself in a hunter, because he's hunting, so he's literally going out to find people to join his team to make his team better? Do you think that he puts himself in a powerless position by being the VP?
No, because he's actively looking for that specific person.
Like a man is actively looking for a woman?
I don't know how to
join his team.
So I said, from my experience, for whatever reason, it just doesn't work nearly as well as unless he's the one being interviewed. Let's say the interviewer was the woman. That's the analogy. The interviewer is the woman. The hunter is the woman. It doesn't work nearly as well or as much more effort on the man's part to do it than it would be for a woman. A man would be much more likely to say yes to a woman than a woman is to say yes to a man if the roles were reversed. That's just been my experience. So, being wanted and desired, then I look and say, okay, I'm choosing, like Clay said earlier. But if I'm the one doing that, put in the effort, all this effort, and then it just doesn't, it's like an 80% failure, 90% failure rate. If it's the opposite, it's like a 90% success rate. So it's in the man's best interest to be pursued or hunted or interviewed than it is for him to do the hunting and the pursuing, because it almost never leads. So, but it's different when it comes to, like you said, well, man, he goes out hunting. He's hunting for food and stuff like that. So it's not quite the same thing, because it sounds like it is on the surface, because he's hunting for food. Obviously, man, he can't wait for an animal to come to him to hunt. But if he's smart, he'll have traps laid out for the animal. But he still has to actively hunt. But when it comes to relationship dynamics, it's just different. It's just different.
Well,
I don't know why it's different, but it is.
I think
No, I think the issue here is that we sometimes think about ourselves. How do I want to say this? We it's real one-sided, right? Because you think that you're putting yourself in a certain situation as the hunter, because sometimes you go after, a woman, she's the prey, you're the hunter. In that scenario, right? You go after her, and because you're rejected, right? That it doesn't work out. Or how you said it doesn't work out, right? I'll say it that way. And that might happen more frequently than you like, or more frequently than you get losses, more frequently than you get wins, right? I think that we have to look at the other side of that, right? It doesn't necessarily mean that there's this, how do I want to say it? You're putting it in the sense that because that's the case, there's all this responsibility on your end, there's all this effort on your end, and there's all this like it's a lot for you to be in that position. and it's almost better if she just kind of presents herself. Yeah, that makes it easier for you. But I think what you miss on the other side, me being a woman who has to wait to be chosen. You don't think that there's a whole nother conversation happening on the side when you're sitting in the position of the one who has to wait. Women don't dictate relationships. We do not. Y'all do that. Y'all don't. So we have to wait. So while you're thinking, oh, it's just so much effort, it's so much responsibility for me to have to hunt these women, imagine being the woman that's just trying to get chose on the other side. So we have to not look at it from a selfish, one-sided mindset. I think if we stop doing that as a community, as people, I think that if we stop doing that, we won't have so many hurdles to jump to get back to each other. Okay? If you're going to be the leader, if we're going to follow the patriarchy, then you should be hunting. And you shouldn't be so worried about it being easy for you. It's not going to be easy for her in her position to be waiting to be chose. And it's not going to be easy for you to find the right one as the hunter. It's not going to be easy on either side. And when it is easy, it ain't right. So I think we have to shift our mindset. What I'm seeing in the generations that come behind me, I'll own it. I'm a millennial, and you know, I own that. I don't care. But what I'm seeing is, I'm just gonna be honest with y'all, because I'm on one. Y'all lazy. Y'all don't want to work. Y'all don't want to put in no effort, right? And maybe I'm not talking about anybody in present company. So if it don't apply to you, let it fly. But y'all lazy. You want everything to be handed to you. The only thing y'all work for is some money. And even that, y'all trying to find the least effort you could put in to get that. Right? And I'm all with work. I'm all with work smarter than harder. I ain't mad at you for figuring it out. But what it does sometimes is creates this entitlement mindset, and it's messing y'all up. And I own it. We didn't, as a millennial parent, we didn't do what we could to make sure that y'all had a stronger backbone, because what I'm seeing is y'all just lazy. And I think Shantae was saying this in one of the last episodes. Like, we got to stop making excuses for this stuff. Men, you want to be leaders. Hunt. Stop complaining about that. That's the role you in. Or else, don't get mad when you have these hyper masculine women. Do this. Pick a struggle. Because either you want her to be hyper masculine, okay? Or you want her to be in her feminine, and you want her to play her role. Now, which one is it? Because just like I told the ladies early, they got to pick a struggle. Dudes, y'all got to pick a struggle too. This show tonight is about what happened to us. What happened to us. So if we're going to have this conversation, we got to be real and we got to be honest. We got to take the gloves off and have a real conversation, because all these other platforms out here that want to tickle y'all ears and tickle y'all fancies and tell y'all what y'all want to hear, we don't do that on Kandid. That's why it's called Kandid. So we're going to have a conversation. Let's have a conversation.
I got to respond to that real quick.
Go ahead, Joe. And Jared, you up next. Go ahead.
Yeah, Joe.
Oh, go ahead. Go ahead, Jared.
Yeah. Now let me jump in, because I think I get the point that you was making. And I think also get the point that Miss Chloe is making, yeah. And I think there's just a bit of misunderstanding. From what I get, what Joe is saying is that when the man is hunting, right, the woman is the prey. But unfortunately, that prey has the power. When the woman is hunting the man is the prey, but that prey has the power. So basically, in what I think, what we're talking in today's society, right? Basically, the 80-20 type of rule. if that makes sense.
It doesn't.
And that's why that's why you didn't get Joe's point. So basically, what he's
No,
trying to say
I didn't
is,
get it because it doesn't. I'm sorry.
no,
It
no,
doesn't.
I get,
It's still the same though.
no, that's what I say. Like, and that's what I said. I get what Joe. I think that I get what Joe's trying to say, but that's also get your response and where he's trying to say that the man hunting the woman, which is the man being the leader, whatever it is, right? Hunting the woman, the prey. But unfortunately, that prey has power, which would then mean that's basically the majority of the men who would be the average men trying to chase women. But
what kind of power
those
she
women,
got, JR? What kind of power do that prey got?
Say again, sorry.
No, what kind? You said that prey has power. What kind of prey does that? I mean, what kind of power does that prey have when that man is hunting?
And that's why it doesn't make sense. And that's what I'm saying. I get Joe's point, and that's why Miss Chloe is not understanding Joe's point. But that's what I get Miss Chloe's response to what Joe said, and that's why I sat there trying to break it down to what Joe is saying. So that's what I'm saying. On the reverse, it would mean the broke guys trying to chase women not wanting the broke guys, which would then mean those women trying to chase the rich guys, which then means the rich guys have the power.
No,
I mean,
okay,
the power
so
dynamic. I'm sorry. Go ahead, babe.
No, so this, I mean, I think this is the. Let me mute you for a sec, Joe. You see, you got a little noise coming through. I think this is the issue. We mixing too many things together, right? At the end of the day, men have to be men. Let me just be blunt. Yeah, men hunt, men pursue women, because that's one thing. Let me just clear that up. Men don't chase women. We pursue women, but we don't chase women. So let me just clarify that real fast. But men have to be men. Yeah, men go out here, they seek women. They seek women to be wives. They seek women to be in relationships and so forth. Now, does the woman have a part in that where she reciprocates? Yes, she does. But that still does not take the man out of his position of hunting or seeking this woman. That doesn't change that. So that's the first piece. The second piece is at the end of the day, I think as men, based on some of the things that I'm hearing, we are unconsciously giving away all of our power. Yeah, it's like we walking around out here trying to find these little ways to try to slide through the back door and all of this nonsense, and the stuff never works. Yep, you got to walk up to the young lady's face. You got to state your purpose. You got to come correct. You got to have your stuff together when you approach her, and you got to go in there and seal the deal. That's it. Yep, all of this, if she, based on how she feeling and all this and all that, that don't even matter. Because see, if you come correct and she don't reciprocate, throw the deuces and move on to the next one. Yeah, but I think as men, we're putting ourselves in the position. We put ourselves in this powerless position, but then we try to blame it on everything else. But it's actually us. Yep, it's us doing that. Because in a lot of these situations, let me keep it blunt, we lacking some confidence. Yeah, so we have all of these reasons, all these justifications on why we can't get out here and get it. You can see this is the thing. We have to pick how we want to go about this. Yeah, we can't say in these relationship spaces that as men doing the chasing that we're powerless, but then we'll go out here and be busting down all type of chicks. Yeah, that don't make sense. Because see, it's showing me where we really putting a priority at. And that's why I said I can tell that we are giving away our power in a lot of these situations. Yep, and we shouldn't be doing that. Yeah, we shouldn't be giving away power that's already there that we're supposed to be utilizing in the right way. And that's another part of the issue. Yeah, we don't use our power in the right ways. Yeah, we have this power that exists when it comes to relationships and seeking women and finding a wife and building families and leading and all of this. But then we'll take all that power and energy that we should be focusing there, and then we'll focus it on some bust downs and some stuff that ain't gonna yield us no real results. Yeah, let me be blunt, it'll get us a nut off, but it ain't gonna do nothing else. Yep, it'll put us in a situation where we, having some kid out of wedlock that we didn't really want, but it ain't gonna do nothing else for us. But that's where we'll put all our energy and power at and focus at. Yep, and that's misaligned. That's not correct. So yeah, as men, we have to get back to understanding what our power is. Yep, and let some of these excuses go, because it's a lot of excuses that are here. Yep, and I think this is why we don't get to where we really want to get, especially in this relationship space, because we just not moving right. Yeah, we trying to go about things the easier route, and easy does not always yield the results that you really want long term. And that's just what that is. Go ahead, Jordan. I'm gonna try to move us on, man.
I agree with what you and Chloe said. Um, it's a complicated kind of dance, in that if a man is chasing a woman, he might think it's pursuit, but it's not. It's more so a woman giving some sort of indicator that she's interested in being pursued. In that case, then the man
Reciprocate.
still has to, right. But it's almost always her making that move and giving that. And okay, now, because if a man is just going and approaching a bunch of women, yeah, you might strike out one out of, I don't know, 100 or so. It's just a lot of work. But if a woman is actively making it known, hey, I'm available, then the man has to go. Woman typically is not going to go and make that move to the woman, but she's going to give that sign. So it is a dance. It's not just me sitting back and waiting for things to happen. I can say a more recent example is me going to Brazil based on the signs that she's giving me. But I'm making the trip to her. So I'm going to go get what I want, and it may or may not work, but it's worth for me to go and see based on the qualities I see in her character. Um, and this is not even something that I initially thought I was going to do. It's something that it's God makes it that way, in a sense in which a man will be motivated to pursue a woman who's worthy of being pursued, as opposed to me in my past pursuing a lot of women that just had a good physical exterior. There's something else in it that makes it say, well, no, this is the way it has to be. But if I was just sitting back here in Detroit and saying, no, I'm not going to do all of that, I'm going to wait for it to come, that's crazy. I don't want to get that perception. But obviously, I'm not face to face with her to see until 30 days from now. So it had to be something else there. It wasn't, oh, I'm going to send her to you, as you got to go to her. Okay, cool, I'll do it. I'll take that chance. To me, it's worth it, regardless of the outcome. And I do believe that in that sense, absolutely a man is the hunter. He's the one that's pursuing. But it's more like a green light, as opposed to all the signs saying no, all the signals saying no, I'm going to try anyways. He's wasting his time. So I hope that makes some sense. And that basically you wait for a woman to give, and if not the woman, then God Himself or some other sign outside. He said, like, okay, she's the one, go. Then it's like, okay, you got to go. I still got to put in the work. I'm working, I'm hustling to make it happen. And it's a lot of work. I don't expect it to be easy, which is another point that you both made. A lot of men want to sit back and be lazy. I don't want to get that impression, but I understand that in the words I've said previously, it might seem like, oh, I'm just living, just sitting around, la di da, nothing. No, I work out. They see the muscle. I dress a certain way. They see the way I'm styled. It's just certain things, there's work behind the scenes I have to put in before that even comes about. It's not just a man say, oh, I'm not going to do nothing. I'm just going to let him. It doesn't work that way. So there's a lot of work that takes place behind the scenes on a man's part before he even gets to the point where a woman is giving him those indicators, and then which he can then decide, okay, I want to pursue that. It's when a man is wasting his time. I say it's a fruitless endeavor. He's wasting his time pursuing these women when he hasn't done the work on himself, and the women aren't giving him any indicator that they're interested. And I see a
Yeah,
lot of that happen.
yeah. So I agree with that, Joe, and I think that's a lot of it. See, we spend a lot of time pursuing the wrong people and entertaining and playing with the wrong people and laying up with the wrong people. Yeah, see, that's
Agreed.
why it comes off so complicated and it feels like it's so much work. Because see, we work ourselves out on all the other stuff. Yeah, we don't actually put that work in when it comes to the intentional. We be out here playing. Yep, and that's what wears you out. If you listen to a lot of these stories and a lot of these videos that we see, yeah, when these folks are talking about these things, that's because they wore out, because they've been out here laying down with everybody they shouldn't have been laying down with. They've been out here situation and shipping with the wrong folks that they shouldn't have been situation and ship. They done laid up with some dude, somebody, now a kid is there. Now they sick of this person. Now they traumatized. Now every time they come across a man or a woman, they tired, because it's like, man, I done been around that thing. Like, that's where that comes from. That's why it feels exhausting and complicated and all of that. And it feels like a lot of work because, see, we done worked ourselves out. And see, that's where we got to draw a line. We got to stop working ourselves out and playing and misusing, like I was saying earlier, misusing our power and our energy on the wrong things. So then when the right thing presents itself, then we can come with all the power and strength, because see, we nice and charged up. We ain't been out here playing around. Yeah, but see, we want to do both. We still want to play. We still want to lay up with cats. Yeah, we still want to be sexing cats. We shouldn't be sexing because it presented itself, so we had to take it. Yeah, we still want to be over here entertaining this person, knowing that it ain't nothing about to happen. Like, we still want to do that stuff and call ourselves wanting to be intentional at the same time. And that don't mix. That don't work. Because see, when that serious person come along and it's really time for you to be intentional, you burned out already. Yeah, you done already racked up some bodies. You done already racked up some kids. You burned out already. You ain't even got the energy for it. That's why you hear a lot of folks today talking about, oh, I'll just be single. Yeah, you done wore yourself out. Yeah, you've been playing too long. Yeah, but we got to cut that mess out. That's why. See, that this is really what it is. That's why this process seems so hard. That's why this relationship process seems so hard. Yeah, we've been doing too much playing. Yeah, we've been being too non-intentional all this time. Yeah, we've been laying up with too many people. We done brought too many out of wedlock children into the world. Now we tired. Yep, now as soon as somebody come around and they might be halfway good for you, it's like, nah, I don't even feel like going through this again. I just went through that with my baby daddy. It's just like, that's why. But it's like, we don't want to own that. We just want to look past that and slide that to the side. Like, that don't play into the equation. It does. Yeah, that's like having to go run a race and you've been running miles before the race. Of course, you're going to be tired for the race. You ain't going to place first because you don't wore your energy out. You done. Yeah, so once we stop doing that nonsense, then we probably will see some better results. But we got to let the nonsense go first. Yeah, we got to pass it up. We got to pass it up, even though she throwing it at us. Yeah, ladies, we got to pass it up, even though he threw a couple dollars in your face. We got to pass it up. But that's where we seem to be struggling at. We struggling on making a decision. Should I entertain this or should I not? And that's where we go wrong. We always end up entertaining it, and then it come back to bite us later. Then we wonder why stuff ain't working out how we want it to work out. Yeah, it ain't that hard. But let me keep going. I know, I think that's Chief. Is that Chief that just popped on? Chief, you down there?
Yes, this is Chief.
How you doing, Chief?
I'm good. I am 41 years in my marriage.
Okay.
And
wait, 41 married. Is that what you said?
That is correct.
Congratulations.
Yes,
man.
Indeed. So I just popped on because I was looking for something that was going to spark my attention in terms of how we see ourselves in the world.
Right.
And I'm a therapist by trade. I've been doing it for about 25 years. And what I know when it comes to our Black men is they're lost. We're not helping them. They're out in the world trying to figure it out. And we don't have those big mamas no more. We don't have that safe place to fall anymore. And so I have two boys, I'm sorry, and a daughter. And one is 39. The last one is 34. My daughter is 37. And my husband and I, we started from the trenches, right? We had nothing. And what kept us together, we made a pact. We preserved a commitment. And we were looking for the same thing. And I think what happens in this society today is that we're so lost and trying to find our way through this system that does not belong to us, right? And so how do we create community? How do we create that soft place for our young men to fall and be authentic and be original and be the masculinity that we need? I do believe that we need that masculine and feminine energy to make something work. And if we're being too masculine, something's wrong. Something is absolutely wrong. And if we're looking for that monetary position in a man, we're looking for something wrong. What is it really about? Is it that authenticity that you bring to the Black woman and vice versa? Right? And so we have a culture. We're losing it though. We're losing the culture because we're just letting these guys just go out and wild out, like you said, about having all the babies and this is arm candy and I want to try that one and try that one. We have to learn how to have some kind of internal resistance. And if we don't discipline ourselves and we don't teach our boys, our young men, how to be men from a feminine perspective and then have that masculinity be part of that process, then we're going to lose it. They're going to go to other places and they're going to look for that dangling carrot, right? And so my heart bleeds for the Black man. My heart really bleeds for you guys. I'm the generation. I think Coco was saying that she's the 80s generation parent, right? And I was born in the 60s, and my era was the 70s and the 80s, and we did do something wrong. I think we did something horribly wrong because of how we were raised. We wanted our kids to have a voice. We wanted our boys to be boys, but not have any restraints on them, and didn't realize how damaging it was going to be for them. And so I take responsibility for that as well. But each chance and opportunity I get, trust and believe, I try to throw some diamonds in there so they can understand how to refocus and reset to be that king, that queen that we so desire for our communities to be. And I say kings and queens, I'm not suggesting that we all come from there, but sometimes people need to hear that so they can feel empowered to say, I need to do something else. I need to reset, right? So I appreciate this dialogue because I think it's necessary for us to sit back and have this conversation and say, how do we get ourselves back into some kind of position where we can be proud of each other and not be just looking for that girl in the bar, right?
Right.
And that
No,
guy with the baddest car or something.
Yeah, no, you absolutely right. And I appreciate you coming on and saying what you said. And I think that based on what you said, that is the start of it, right? So you spoke about this soft place for these Black men to land. You spoke about the masculine and feminine balance, and these are all keys, right? But I think a huge part or a huge stepping stone would be for us to be able to provide that space or that soft spot for those men to land. See, right now, what we are living right now it's just, for me, it's just gender war.
Mm.
Yeah, it is black men going at black women, black women going at black men. We can't see eye to eye. We want to play each other. I'll just say it this way. We want to play each other's positions.
Mm.
The young lady in the video mentioned it as competing with each other. Right. We're really living that, right? We are literally competing with each other today. And the big difference, from a previous time was there was more of a focus around complementing each other.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it wasn't a competition. It was, I bring the softness to it, you bring the hardness to it, and we make it work with that. Yeah, there's places where I'm weak that you're strong. There's places where I'm strong that you're weak, and we balance each other, and we create this family, and we build off of that. But now everything is competition. Everything is, I have more money than you have. I got a higher title than you have. So you black man, you beneath me. You've got some black men making some money out here. You black woman, you beneath me. Well, what's your value to me? Like we doing all of that now. Yeah, but that's making it harder and harder for us to even successfully coexist with each other. Yeah, we don't even have any compassion for each other at this point. Like, that's a struggle. So when we talk in relationships, those foundational things that, and it just kind of using your situation, you're saying you've been married for 41 years, those things that kept a 41-year marriage going, folks don't understand that these days.
Indeed.
Yeah, they don't understand that. But, for some folks who did see that or saw a long-term marriage or came from a family where their parents were married, my parents, they broke 50 years. They 50 plus at this point. So I got a chance to see that, right? So I understand what it takes. And it wasn't always pretty. They wasn't always smiling and cheesing and doing all that. There's always going to be some arguments and some disagreements and whatever. But the union was strong. Yep. And from that
I gotta
union,
say this. I think
go ahead.
the value systems are not aligned either.
Correct.
When you have the value systems unaligned, then this is where you have each one of us going out trying to get the monetary gain and not really pay attention to what's inside, because sometimes that struggle is what keeps you together. And if you're not willing to struggle together, whether it be financial, spiritual, all those struggles, if you're not willing to struggle with that person, and I'm gonna say this, I'm just gonna throw it out there. I do not believe in potential after the age of 35. We're not doing that. There's no potential. If you don't have it already, it's a wrap. We cannot be looking for potential at a 35-year-old. That's a no for me.
So let me ask you this, Chief. Does that apply to men and women or just men?
No, that applies across the board, because at the end of the day, we have milestones, social milestones, we have financial milestones, we have personal milestones that we have to grapple with each and every step that we make in our 20s and our 30s. And those steps are supposed to prepare you for adulthood, right? And so if I'm 35, 45, and I'm still saying potential, then that's an issue for me, because you should be stepping into your space already prepared. You don't come in a situation broken, you come in whole, right? And so if you come in a situation broken, then we're gonna have some problems. If I started off with my husband at 17, we're broken. We're broken young adults. That's different from somebody who has life experience, right? And so what's your journey look like? Are you really trying to tap into your authenticity? Are you really trying to tap into who you are as a person? What do you look like? How are you stepping inside the world? How are you showing up in your own life is how you're going to show up in mine, right? And so if you're not stepping in those spaces where it's going to improve you, our job is to always make a person better than where we left them, right? And so if we can't share that journey together, and when I say that there's no potential, we should already be at the doorstep of our feet of knowing where we're stepping in. at the age of 35. We shouldn't be trying to guess. That should never be a guessing game at 35. That's a no for me. I'm just saying.
No, I got you. I got you. I got you. Yeah, no, and just in comparison, I said, then I'll catch the comments up. Just in comparison, I know you made a point. So I do know, potential is touchy. I know that's touchy for a lot of folks. So I know folks have different, different views when it comes to potential and based on age, right? But another thing that you said that I know a lot of folks will reject is you said that the struggle, kind of essentially builds or assists in the foundation, if you will, as you're coming up.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of folks today said they're not entertaining no struggle love. So
Mm.
that differs from what you're saying. So I guess so. If you're saying that the struggle actually kind of helps build the foundation, what would you say to somebody today that said they don't want to get with nobody where they got to be struggling, moving through the relationship?
Well, again, I think you have to look at the bigger picture. Are we saying to ourselves because we've had this struggle and we don't want to do it, or we don't want to be partners and trying to do this together? And so when you do things together as a couple, it doesn't we can identify what a struggle is because it's going to be individual for each person. And so no, I'm not suggesting you don't have a job, you don't have any solid foundation. But when we talk about struggle, I think that is a huge issue for a lot of couples in our community. They don't want that struggle. They want to already have it there. I tell people all the time, you can't get where I'm at. You have to go through something. You can't just be married 5 years and expect to be where I'm at 41. You have to go through something to get there. And people don't want that. They just want that Cinderella moment and live happily ever after. And that doesn't exist. And so the moment you have a bump in your relationship, the first thing somebody want to do, I'm out, gotta go. I don't want to do this. That's the struggle. That's the struggle I'm talking about. No, we gonna stay here, and you gonna be mad at me? Go in the other room. Because at the end of the day, I'm with you. I'm your ride and die. Indeed, I don't have to like you. You can get on my nerves, as my husband do, kind of a lot of times, and trust and believe. I get on his. But at the end of the day, we can look at each other, give each other dap, and say, "But you my ride and die. We
Okay.
gonna do this." Yeah.
No, I appreciate that. Okay. Let me check with the panel real fast. Coco, Vince, Hirsch, JR, Joe, y'all want to say anything at all? Well, I'll catch these comments in a minute.
Now I
Y'all
hate
wanna say
the
anything, Rick?
comments, so I'm good. But
Come off mute, Vince. Come off mute, man.
I see a lot of ladies that are over 35 who it's almost they want a unicorn. They want a unicorn. They want a man who makes a certain amount of money. But then he has to be this, he has to be that. And I'm looking around and saying, well, you might have to. So, what do you put about standards? These certain standards that women of a certain age have over 35. Because I say 35 is potential. So, over 35, the women.
Who is it referencing? Are you asking me or the
Yes, I'm asking Chief for the ladies who have very high standards
right
at 35, and they're probably not going to get them.
But again, I think it depends on that person's journey. If you're looking for something monetary and you believe that that's what's going to create your happiness, we know that that's not going to happen. So that's like shallow thinking, right? And so, yes, these young folks are looking for, what can you do for me? If you don't have nothing on that table, what can you do for me? And I think it's really about sitting down with each other at that table and have that hard conversation about how we're going to do this as a couple. How it's almost like a business, yeah. And so when you have that mindset that you want your business to succeed, you have to have these conversations all the time. But if your focus is only on what you can do for me, that's a red flag. That's a huge red flag. And you have to be willing to have that conversation and get inside the person of who they are, that integrity and that character. You know, what does that look like? That's what I'm looking for. Because if that's solid, then we can work out all this stuff that you want. But what is your character? What is your integrity? What do you stand for? Right? What does a value system looks like? All right. So you can want the moon, but I need to know who you really are. Who are you walking in the world being? Are you being this pseudo self? Are you very authentic and you're genuine and you are in your truth? So those are the conversations we need to have. And if women are saying, I want this 6-figure guy, then we need to have a conversation, because that's, again, I come from the struggle. So I get that women don't, they're looking at everybody else and trying to compare themselves to everybody else, but they don't know that Joneses are broke. They broke.
That's
They're
real.
broke.
Okay.
And so when you try to compare yourself to the girl down the street, that's a problem too, because your focus is your here and now. Where am I at? How am I present? How am I showing up? And so I think you said that, Venmo, that these women want a unicorn. Here we go again. Where you looking? Where are we looking for these women? Are we still going to the bars? Are we still going to the clubs? Where are we looking? For who we want to be part of our process. And so maybe we have to tell ourselves, we have to look beyond those fun places, the bars and the nightclubs, and how many drinks can you drink at night,
Well, these are ladies at the workplace. I work in a very female dominated business. I mean, I'm married, but I talk to a lot of women. Vince, you got anybody? You got any friends? And but they got to be a certain height, got to make a certain. And I kind of understand it because they're at a certain level of income and they have a certain lifestyle. And
Mm-hmm.
so, if you're used to Chili's and he's used to White Castle, you can't live on his White Castle. So I kind of understand. They kind of, to me, it's like they missed their boat because they
Well, I
should have
don't
got with the
know.
guy after college, and they
I
could
don't
have
know.
struggled together and build together. Because
Yeah,
what I
but
also see is people who build together have a different value for that person
yeah, but
because you
I
built it
don't have to.
together. It's y'all's together. But when you come in with house, car, couple kids, 401k, you might only have 20 years left for good time. You don't want to get with somebody just because they got good character, just like the potential thing you said. All the
Mm-hmm.
potential don't mean nothing if you ain't got no money.
I do some pushback on that a little bit, because at the end of the day, I'm a 6-figure person. My
Mm-hmm.
husband doesn't make 6 figures, and I'm okay with that. And yes, we started from the trenches. I get that part. But when you want love and you want somebody to match that, and I'm gonna be all fairness, none of that stuff really matters. It doesn't matter. Because if he makes more money, she makes more money. What my focus is more about is, what is that integrity and character look like? What are those flaws is that I might be okay living with? Who's your true self? Take the mask off and let's have that conversation. Because at the end of the day, love don't have a dollar sign to it. It helps. It definitely helps. And no, I don't want to be with somebody who's doing Taco Bell and I've been grinding all my life. But at the end of the day, if I'm going to look at this person just because he work at Taco Bell, I might be missing something. I might be missing something, you know? So
Yeah. No.
you was making it before him.
I get it because I have a few friends like that, but they have a totally different mindset because it's theirs together. They don't look at it. Oh, I make figures. I make 150. He make 40. We make 160. So it's different when you have that attitude. Is that it's y'all's together. So it don't matter who's bringing it in. It's ours together. Like I'm pretty sure you and your husband got 41 years. If he wanted to retire and not work again, you would be, because y'all built it together. You might not even have that job if it wasn't for his support and y'all support together. That's
Indeed.
a totally different mindset than building everything by yourself and then getting somebody to come along with that. That's the problem that they're having because they haven't built it together. So it's my house, my kids. That's the big thing.
Mm-hmm.
My kids.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Yeah, but
saying? Then, you have to have, then it's the thing about, okay, if we get together, he doesn't make as much. can I really have him move into my house with my children? It's a respect thing. It's just so many different avenues to come along with that. So that's why I kind of tell people, try to find it out and figure it out when you're a little younger, when you don't have all these obstacles, and you can really build together, because you build a foundation. You build a business. You don't get, it's like getting rich and building wealth. You get rich, you build wealth brick by brick. You build your marriage brick by brick. So when you already have half of the foundation, it's hard for somebody else to come in and just do the finishing work.
Yeah, but Vince, I hear issue, even, you know, unless I know this is not from you, this is from some folks that you've talked to, but I can already hear issue in what they're saying. See, we're trying to set the base off of something that's not meant to be the base. Yeah, we keep trying to set the base off of money. So this young lady is saying, because I'm making this amount of money, then now I can only look at this certain guy. And see, that's incorrect. If that's always been incorrect. Even if we think back to when folks were younger, you wasn't checking for a girl because of how much money she had or whatever. That had nothing to do with it. You was looking at her physically.
Yeah, we don't care how much they make. We don't care how much money they make.
What I'm saying is even from a female perspective back then, that wasn't always the priority for women when they was looking for men. It wasn't about how much money he had. That has become a later thing. But that wasn't like that back then, because at the end of the day, most folks didn't even really have no money like that back then.
Right.
So how would that
married in their 20s though? That's what I'm saying. Right. You got to figure it out early, because when you get older, you got too many issues to try to jump over.
But I think you gotta. The thing is it's not that you have to figure it out earlier. I think it's more of you got to figure out your mindset. See, what's happening now is, to your point, Vince, you have ladies in their 30s, 40s saying that, you know what I'm saying, I can only entertain this guy if he's making this certain amount of money. You know, I'm not about to, have this dude moving into my house and all this. It's like, first of all, why you got some dude moving into your house anyway? That shouldn't even be a consideration. He should have his own house. If anything, y'all should be coming together and buying a house together. So first of all, why are you even talking about moving some dude into your house? The other thing is just because as a person, you making a certain amount of money, that doesn't set the base. Because you might have that money, but then you coming with multiple kids from some other man. You coming with your traumas from your previous relationships and so forth. So we can't just omit all of that just because you make a certain amount of money. And see, that's what a lot of folks do today. They just want to base themselves off their salary and their title and say that makes me a catch and that puts me on this higher level from other people. But then they want to omit all of their baggage, all of their trauma, all of the baby mothers and fathers and all the child support. They want to admit all of that stuff. They want to take that all out and just say, I'm this top tier person. I'm this great catch because I make this money. And that's why I said that's not a stable base, because see, money has nothing to do with you.
Right.
Yep. Your character is what you made of. Your personality is what you made of. How you interact with your family is what you made of. Your leadership abilities is what you made of. That don't have nothing to do with no money. If somebody get laid off tomorrow, money gone. That don't have nothing to do with no money. But that's what we want to base the foundation or the start of our relationship. So now, based on my money, I can only look at these dudes. I can only entertain these dudes. This dude might be loving the pants off of this lady, but I can only entertain these dudes because I'm a 6-figure woman. And 9 times out of 10, that mess is going to backfire. Yep, it's going to backfire, because at the end of the day, that's not sustainable. Yep, and that's one thing that we've lost track of, sustainability. That's not sustainable. It never has been. So until we get our mindset right and start looking at things the right way, then we just going to continue to see what we're seeing right now. It's not going to change. Let me get these comments because they've been coming in. Let's see. Eva Wright said, let's see, it's about how does he treat you? How does he love on you? He can have plenty of money, but beat your ass.
Oh, there we go. There we go with the beating
My
thing.
bad.
Oh, Lord have mercy. We ain't talking about no abuses. Why we always got to throw that in there? We ain't talking
She
about that,
said,
Miss Eva, right? Lord
she
have
said
mercy.
Damn.
We ain't
character
talking about no
above
beating
all
no.
else.
Why we always got to go back to the color purple? We always got to go to Mister. Lord have mercy. I wish they'd burn that movie and throw it in hell. So these women can get this out their brain. There's somebody else always got to be money or beating somebody.
I think she just giving the example, Vince. Hold on, man. Don't go
No,
on it like that.
but wait, that's always the example though, bro. Is it? Ain't it though?
I feel you.
Granddaddy got a whole family. He had a whole family, and Lord have mercy, I get so tired of that beating.
All right,
Okay,
Vince.
yes.
That's just like that's. Hold on a second. That's like. Oh, hold on a second. Herschel, have you ever been cheated on?
Yes, of course.
Joe, have you ever been cheated on?
Come off mute, Joe.
No.
Okay. JR, you ever been cheated on?
Not that I know of.
Quay, well, you married. I'm gonna go to Herschel. I'm gonna go to because you been married your whole life. Like
Here you
men
go.
get cheated on too. Men get cheated. That's what I'm saying. Men get cheated on. It's like it's always cheating them. Like we don't go through stuff, but we don't always bring it up. You
And
know,
speaking of that,
Mama had.
I've been beat on. I've been
Wait a
hit.
minute. Mama had a whole kid and Daddy didn't know. We'll never say that one, though, do we? Granddaddy was taking care of a whole kid that wasn't his, and I know a lot of them. But we'll never say that though. We always say Granddaddy had a whole family around. Can we just keep it even? Just
Right.
always the black man got to either be rich and beating somebody up or poor and beating.
Yeah.
I
But
just
that's
get
the
sick of that. It's
Granddad.
always can be beat your ass, beat your ass, beat your ass.
You can
Yeah.
tell them
He can have
Just
all
get
that. He
sick
can
of
have
that.
the money, the cars, and clothes. He can still beat your ass. But it's
like
like
I
I've
don't.
been
I
beat
don't
by.
think. I don't think
I've been
men
hit.
do that. I don't think we
You
do that.
know.
you can tell a
Well,
man by
if we
character.
do, we can't really get away with it. We call it cowards or scaredy, or I don't believe you got hit by women, or I don't believe this really happened. So it happens to us, but we can't speak on it with any sort of. We can't be convincing enough to anybody, not even to the police. So we go to the grave with it. But a woman can say it. She got, oh, I got proof. I got bruises. I got scars. So it would appear that it happens much more often with women, but they don't talk about how often women, man, that are growing up. I was beat much more often by women in my family than I have by the men in my family. We can't talk about that because that doesn't fit the narrative, not the color purple narrative.
And he even just said something. I want to make a comment about something. She said that I lead with money. Now I'm a provider male. I had a child at 17. I was paying child support at 17. So money is big for me because I've always had responsibility. So yes, do I lean towards having money? Yeah, I do because I lean towards taking care of shit, everything. So yeah, I might lead with money. Okay, and but ask my wife though about my character. Ask my employees about my character. Okay.
Okay. All right. We're gonna leave that right there. Go ahead, Coco. You want to say something?
I was gonna say, what's next?
Shoot, I gotta let's see. Let me I'm trying to see what should I throw real fast. You want to say something, Herschel? You good, man? I see that look on your face. You want to say something? You good?
Oh, well, well, first I wanted to say that I appreciate Chief's input,
for sure.
Much wisdom there. The younger folks should listen to that. I wanted to say too, like for me, I think I should.
Okay, I hit it.
I got you. Go ahead.
I should share something because of my age. I'm 45. I'm currently a single male. I'm in that boat. I'm on the pursuit. You know what I'm saying? Like I haven't given up, throwing through the towel in, whatever. But my way I view it is I was always raised that, nothing good comes easy. So regardless of like the change in the trends, which is very irritating, for me being in the situation to be in the dating pool, which is like crap in a way nowadays. Despite all that discouragement, I still have my values where it's like I gotta pursue. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to take no easy way out or looking at it like me being weak, or I'm not waiting for the female to make a move, and I'm still like, I guess, old fashioned. It's a mutual thing. And then also just to touch on real quick about what Vince said earlier about the whole early stuff, like, trying to start some things out early. I kind of agree with that, and because where I'm at now, like my life right now, I've been taking care of my son. He's 14. For about 10 years now, he's been primarily in my care. So I get him to school every day, pick him up every day, take care, figure out lunches, dinner, all that type of stuff. I do that. I work two jobs, and on top of that, I'm trying to build my own private practice. That's you say 3 technically, so it's like my life is the reason why I'm single right now is mainly because I got other stuff going on. You know what I'm saying? I'm in a place like I'm in that place where I'm kind of like in a set established way. Like this is my life now. And right now I should have already had the wife on my side right now. I'm even worrying about all that. But now I got to add that on here too now. Now I got to find some time and make some time to try to grab that up and get that going. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, so I've been dropping the ball on that because I've been focusing on, like Vince saying, being a provider, and leading with the money, unfortunately, because that's the way that society makes it. They don't make it easy for us. We got to take care of the kids. We got to take care of our family, based off the choices that I made in the past, So I just wanted to say that, yeah, that's pretty much it. But for the younger people, young generation that's on here, yeah, just the older people are here for a reason. The ones that still are around, we're here for a reason. Obviously, we're doing something somewhat, right, having some wisdom. We've experienced some things. We bumped our heads a few times. So just try to take heed to some of the things that's being said.
Okay, no, I appreciate that right there. Okay, so let me lighten it up a little bit. I'm gonna switch up. We got a couple more videos. Let me lighten it up a little bit.
Who looking for their next husband? Ladies, I spoke at a Black Men in Tech conference this weekend and asked 20 plus Black professionals what hairstyle they prefer on a Black woman. Hi, Black Men in Tech. What is your favorite hairstyle on a Black woman?
I love a sexy bob.
Ooh, a bob. Okay, Bob. What's your favorite hairstyle on a Black woman?
Them braids without the thing that look like it's tied in. Which one you start?
You talking about knotless braids? Okay. Hey, Black Men in Tech.
Hey, how are you?
I am good. Tell me, what is your favorite hairstyle on a Black woman?
Man, when they get them braids in, but look, them thick ones. When they get like when I know they about to go on vacation, because they done went and got it braided up.
Their vacation. Hi, Black Man in Tech. Can I ask you a quick question? What's your favorite hairstyle on a Black woman?
Probably like 2 braids.
2 braids. You're the first one to say that. I love a 2 braid look. Okay, thank you. Hi, Black Man in Tech.
Hi, how are you?
I am good. Can I ask you a question?
You sure can.
What is your favorite hairstyle on a Black woman?
Braids.
What is your favorite hairstyle on a Black woman?
My favorite hairstyle on a Black woman?
Yes.
Locks.
Ooh. Hey, Black Man in Tech.
What's up?
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah, sure.
What is your favorite hairstyle on a Black woman?
Locks.
Locks.
I love locks.
Okay, thank you. What is your favorite hairstyle on a Black woman?
Ooh, that's tough. I love a mean bob.
A mean bob. There that word bob is again. I'm sorry to interrupt Black Men in Tech, but what is your favorite hairstyle on a Black woman?
Ooh, locks.
Locks. Okay, it's 2 locks. Hey, Black Man in Tech.
Yo.
Let me ask you a question. What is your favorite hairstyle on a black woman?
I like a bald head scallywag. Bald head in the back.
Hey, black man in tech.
What's up?
Let me ask you a question.
What it is?
What is your favorite hairstyle on a black woman?
I like them braids.
Braids. Hey. Hey, black man in tech.
How you doing?
I'm good. Can I ask you a question?
Please.
What is your favorite hairstyle on a black woman?
I love me some
Braids. Okay, we see you.
What up? This is.
Let me ask you a question.
Okay.
What is your favorite hairstyle on a black woman?
I like anything natural. I love a good fro.
Okay.
I love like a.
So wait, so you just like black women?
I
Period.
just like, yeah, she black. I love it.
Love it. Hey, black man in tech. What is your favorite hairstyle on a black woman?
Oh, Bob.
Bob. A lot of Bob.
Oh,
Hey, black man in tech.
What's up?
Let me ask you a question.
Yes.
What is your favorite hairstyle on a black woman?
You know, I'm a natural guy. So I like a woman that just does a nice blowout.
Okay, blowout.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Simple blowout, laid down to the side. You know?
Hey, black man in tech.
Hello.
Let me ask you a question. What is your favorite hairstyle on a black woman?
Natural bob that's blowing in the wind.
Hey, black man in tech. What is your favorite hairstyle on a black woman?
I love a breed situation.
Okay.
You can share that. Like, I can do that too.
I love it. Hi, black man in tech.
How you doing?
I'm good. What is your favorite hairstyle on a black woman?
A black woman. There's something about them natural curls that does it for me.
Oh, okay. Hi, black man in tech. What is your favorite hairstyle on a black woman?
All of them.
Ooh, best answer today. Hey, black man in tech. What is your favorite hairstyle on a black woman?
Braids.
Oh, braids. Hey, black man in tech. What is your favorite hairstyle on a black woman?
Natural.
Natural.
All right. So that's another video. So I want to get y'all take. Anybody in the comments, drop a comment. Let me know what you thought about that video. What did you see? What did you hear? So I want to come to the panel. What is y'all take on that video? What did y'all see? What do y'all think? I'm just curious. I want to see what y'all saw. Coco, I saw you come up. Go ahead.
Oh, I was just saying, y'all like us in braids. Okay. I like to know that. I like braids too. Okay. Like me. And that bob, a good bobber do it all the time, every time. But I just liked the video, honestly, because it was finally something positive. It was like she was asking black men what they like about black women. Even though we were just talking about hair, I get it. But it was just so nice to see the smiles on their faces as they said it, right? Like, oh, I like that vibe, or oh, I like those braids. You know what I'm saying? Like black men thinking about something they like about black women and it making them smile. Like that's what we say when we say go outside and touch grass. Because sometimes you can be in this social media thing, and on social media, everybody hate everybody. And black women hate black men, and black men hate black women. But then you go outside and black men lighten up all over the place just talking about our hair. You see what I'm saying? So there is a narrative, there is an agenda. It doesn't mean that there isn't some beef. We do have some beef and we do have some issues. So I'm not saying that. But sometimes we get a little bit too much of the one narrative that we hate each other so much on these platforms that it's nice to be able to go out and talk to real people and see that that's not the case all the time, and that there could be there's some agenda, there's some narrative pushing, there's some some of it is just it's gas.
Right. Okay. All right. Appreciate that right there, Vince. What you want to say, man?
Natural, but my wife, she switch it up like the day, so I don't ever know what she gonna come on with. Short, long, blonde, black. But men like as natural as possible. I told her I love hair.
No, I feel that right there. Hirsch, you want to say anything, man? I saw you. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, so for me, it's kept hair. That's it. I don't care how it is. You know what I'm saying? You got it shaved. As long as you got a good lineup or something, So as long as it's kept, you know what I mean? I'm not really too picky on all that, because like Vince was talking about, like women, y'all have different styles. Y'all change up a lot, I've seen tons of different hairstyles that I like. I mean, I don't know. I don't really It's not many that I don't like necessarily, but yeah. But as far as the video goes, my opinion, it just goes to show, which I know, which most people, they don't put that out here, is that black love is here to stay. It ain't going nowhere. It's just what they show out on here, what they portray with, like the video. It was just pure, just simple. One black woman asking a bunch of black men, and all of them, it seemed like they all lit up when it was talking. When it was time to talk about that. It wasn't on like bitter or angry, or even, it wasn't even no bashing. Maybe it's editing or something. Who knows? But I seriously doubt that the majority of the people that she approached was on some negative tip. You know what I'm saying? They all probably on that same tip where it was just like all of them kind of lit up. When they thought about like the black woman or even just her hairstyle. And that's the essence of black, real black men, or just, just men in general, but I'm speaking on, my color, my culture is that, we really adore our women. End of the day, we adore them, and we do whatever we got to do for them. And it's just, we can't be focused on what the social media be trying to portray, what the TV be trying to portray, and all this back and forth negative arguing and things of that nature, because that's the real root of it. I mean, we all wouldn't even be existing right here if it wasn't for that, for black love. So that's my piece.
Okay, no, I appreciate that. Chief, you want to say something?
I've had all kind, except I've never wore weave. I never wore a wig. I have tried the shortcut, the long cut. I'm in locks now, and I've been in locks for 5 years, and I'm good on locks. Um, we all have our preferences, but at the end of the day, beauty is beauty, right? And I love that our black men just love us for who we are, regardless what kind of hair we have, whether it be bald. And I know that us black women, we are taught that our hair is our crown, right? And so I went all bald. My husband loves long hair, and he's all good. But at the end of the day, he always says, whatever you like. Whatever you like, it's all good with me, because I still have that. He still has that desire to be with me, right? So I'd love the video. I like to see more of that positive vibe than us cutting each other down, because I think we have way more commonalities than we don't. And unfortunately, the social media shows a lot of negativity, and this is where we get these mindsets where we are barking at each other, but we have a lot more in common with each other than not.
Right. Okay. No, I appreciate that right there. Yeah, I wanted to show that video because one, I think it was a great video, right? We don't see a lot of that. We see more of the negative things. And I said, don't get me wrong, I think the negative things also have a place as well, because I said they're case studies. They're videos that can build for conversation so that we can solve for some of these issues that's going on, right? So they both have their place, but I locked in on a couple things that I think are important takeaways from that video. One, Herschel just talked about it, and the fact that the fellas, saying either Herschel Coco, my bad, but talked about the fact that the fellas lit up. They lit up when they were asked that question, and I think the reason why those fellas lit up is because they were being asked that question. Yeah, a lot of times, because of this stuff that's going on out here and this back and forth that we continue to keep ourselves in, we don't even ask the opposite sex what they like or want. Yep, half the time we don't even care. Yeah, so the fact that this young lady is going around to all of these fellas asking them what do they like, of course they're gonna light up about, oh, you care about what I like? Oh, okay, well, let me tell you. And just based on the numbers that I recorded, fellas definitely love some bobs and they definitely love braids. Those was the two things that was said by majority of those guys. I literally wrote all of that down. But what I will also say is to the ladies, take note. Yep, the fellas are telling y'all what they like. Yep, so if you out here saying that the fellas not, these fellas ain't checking for me or they ain't hollering or whatever, there's opportunities when these fellas are telling you what they like that you might have to consider and apply some of them things. I don't know. So yeah, just think about it. Yeah, it's not always a beef. It's not always a back and forth. Sometimes, folks just have things that they like. Yep, and this applies on both sides. Fellas, sometimes the ladies, they tell us certain things they like. Sometimes we got to put some of them things into play. Yeah, I know you may do what you do and want to do it how you want to do it, but it's like, hey, if you if you trying to find your lady and she says she like, Issey Miyake, you might have to go and spray a little Issey on and go and slide in there. It is what it is. Don't be hating on the Issey, Vince. I see your face. Don't be hating, bro.
That's old school, bro. You gotta come on up and
Issey is a classic.
Issey is a classic.
It never goes out of style.
Issey Miyake. Ooh, that's an oldie but good. Hey, I'm gonna have to start back. I got a few hot ones. I'm gonna have to start back giving y'all some fragments of the week.
We can get back to that.
I got some on deck. Woo!
No, for sure. We can get back to that. But don't be hating on that Issey, man. Don't be hating on that Issey, man. But no, I'm just saying, like I said, sometimes it's okay. Sometimes it's okay to take this information from the opposite sex, and that may help you a little farther along in your journey. Yeah, we ain't always got to be defensive and think, oh, this dude trying to say this and say that about me. No, it's not what he's saying. He's just saying what he like. Yeah, so just know, you throw a couple little braids in, brother might be getting a little excited. You go and throw that little bob, go and cut that little bob in, fellas. You know what I'm saying? They like that. Yeah, so just take the gems. Yeah, it's not always a judgment or somebody talking about you or trying. Better yet, let me put it this way, because this the trigger word for a lot of folks. It's not always somebody trying to change you. Yeah, we got to get out of that. It's not always somebody trying to change you. So just take note. There's a lot of gems in that video. As simple as that video was, there's a lot of gems in that video. Just take note. And shout out to them brothers out there, some clean brothers out there too. Just take note. And better yet, ladies, if you want to find your good dude, go catch a couple of these little tech conferences. Be some decent dudes out there. That's what I'm saying. Grab the gems out of that video. Let me check these comments and I'm going to come right back to the panel. Let's see. Shout out to 901 BHZ. Don't play. He said, beauty is skin deep. We need internal reconstruction. Yeah, no, we definitely got some internal work to do. Yeah, we can't just play surface. Surface don't get us nowhere. We definitely got some internal work we got to do. Kenyatta said, no, let's see. No one said weaves or wigs. No, I did hear that. I don't think not one guy, because I wrote it all down. Not one guy said that. Even one guy said bald. But I didn't hear not one guy say weaves or wigs. So now that's a good observation. Let's see, Eva Wright. She said at all, but braids are good. Okay. She taking her notes. I got it. Let's see, Kenyatta said lace fronts. Let's see. Eva Wright said didn't mention lashes either. No, that didn't come up. Let's see, Tiffany Weaver. Shout out to Tiffany Weaver to Bill. She said, I see Coco got them braids in, Quay. Yeah, you know what it is, Tiffany Weaver. Don't even get it started up on this panel now. You know what it is, Tiffany Weaver. All right, let me, who was that came off? Was that Joe or JR? Somebody came off. I think it was Joe. Go ahead, Joe.
I like a more unconventional look, just because it's unusual to see. And those two is the classic 60s or 70s Afro. And the second one is a mohawk. So when I see that, I just immediately go to the woman. I just talk to her, see what she's about. These women are typically kind of like the stereotypical Essence magazine look. They have that sort of vibe. They're more natural. So it typically comes with that hairstyle. But other than that, I say any hairstyle that a black woman chooses to style that comes out of her natural head. That's it. So it can be braids, dreads like Whoopi Goldberg, which I really like, short, long, however way she want to do it. If it's her, that's what I like. Um, in the same way that when a woman sees my hair, I like your afro, I like your mohawk, I like your braids. It comes out of my head. So you say you like my braids or my this or my that, it's because it really is me. So I think it's unfortunate when women get offensive or offended when a man or black men particularly say to black women, I don't like weave, or I don't like the lace or all this other stuff that they add to it, because it's not that we don't like you that's wearing it. We just don't like something that's not a part of you. We like you. We just want to see more of your hair and who you really are. And then when they take it off, it's like, wow. I don't know if y'all saw that episode where that one woman on Pop the Balloon, she took off, yeah, she saw it. I was like, that was the best moment on the entire show. Because the one man who called her out, he said, yeah, I can kind of tell something's off. She's like, should I do it? Should I do it? And she took it off. And I'm like, she looked way better without it. And she didn't have any hair. Well, she had some, but it
Yeah,
wasn't
low
all of
cut.
this other stuff. And I was like, that's it. Like if you come with that, then we love you. But it's lastly to what Quay said. He said, it's not always about someone trying to change it. That's a great point, because I I understand that women are, they want to try a lot of different things. They want to wear this, wear that. I get it. It's just that wear what's you. It's kind of like if you got something going on, you want to get, instead of a BBL, just work out at the gym. I appreciate that much more than that. You smaller breasts, hey, work with what you got. Put on some clothes that makes that figure works for you, because there's something out there that works for you. It's like when a woman told me about dressing in a certain way that women like to. I dress according to that. I don't go around saying, "Oh, no, I don't dress for women. I dress for me," because when I dress for me, it didn't give me the results I was looking for with women. So I think, when we say that, hey, look, we this is what we like, and we're assuming if you want to attract us, then you will probably want to do certain things, or the dress, hairstyle, to, bring us, cause attention to yourself in a positive way. So
Yep.
yeah, yeah, that's
Yeah,
it.
no, simple as that, man. Simple as that. Go ahead, Coco.
I just want to say real quick and then I'll let it go. But I wanted to just say also to ladies that are watching it or will watch it later that maybe don't like the whole idea of a man kind of telling them what they prefer or their preferences. I know, to touch on what Joe said, some women take it as, almost like, well, what's wrong with me? Like, why can't I do this? I'm not doing it for you. Why can't I have my wigs? Why can't I have my lashes? I'm not doing this for you. I do this for me. And actually, that same woman that took her wig off on Pop the Balloon on the reunion show, she made that very same point. She was actually the one that said, when we wear our wigs and we do lashes and we do these things, we do them for us. We don't do them for you, right? But to piggyback off what you said, but you're trying to attract a man. You want to attract. That's why she took. It's so funny. She said that out her mouth, but then she was so quick to take the wig off because she realized that she might have missed an opportunity with the man because he didn't like the hair. She was like, so if the hair is an issue, I'll just take it off because
You
I
got it.
don't want this to be an issue for you. Like if you don't like the hair, I'll just take it off. It's not a big deal. So for you to say that, oh, you don't like the hair, even for you to think, oh, this could potentially be a roadblock, let me get rid of it, right? But then to turn around in the next breath and say, but we
We
don't
don't do
do
it for
this.
you.
Right. It's contradict. This is what goes back to
Disconnect.
what I was saying earlier. Ladies, you do have to make up your mind. You're talking out of both sides. And if it's confusing for me as a woman, then it's definitely going to be confusing for a man. You have to stand on something, right? You have to stand on something. Pick a struggle. Like you have to. We can't keep going with this hypocritical, back and forth, contradictory. We can't do that. You're double-minded. You're unstable. You have to pick. You have to choose. And don't take it offensively when a man says that he likes something that maybe it might not be your norm. Maybe you did it once and he made a big deal out of it because he liked it. And now, you're like, well, he doesn't respond the same way to all the other things. Well, you just found his preference. That doesn't mean he doesn't like you when you wear a different style. He understands you might want to switch it up sometimes, but you just found his preference. He really loves you in that, wearing that or that hairstyle or whatever that may be. Take it as a compliment. Majority of those, as a matter of fact, every single one of those men said some form of a natural style for women.
Right.
Every single one. And instead of us taking it negatively because we might want to wear a wig or a lace front or extensions, instead of us taking it negatively, we should have said, so black men just kind of just really like us like how we are. You would have thought that would have been like, oh, they just like us like how we are. Like they don't need us to do all that stuff. They're telling us they don't need us to do it. They just like us how we are. You would think that would make us feel good to be able to actually get to a point where we could just show up how we are. So I think that, we have to, as women, sometimes we have to really consider that. Somebody in the comments said women can be negative. And I find that there is some truth to that. There is some truth to that. There's a lot of propaganda on social media. And I say propaganda because maybe it's like I said, again, it could be a little bit of an agenda and a narrative that's being pushed. But I do notice that there's a lot of negative mindset from the female side. Like we look at these scenarios and we look at these situations, and instead of looking at it from a lens where it's a glass half full, we look at it as a glass half empty. And I said this the last show. Instead of looking at it like this man took me on a date, bought me flowers, paid for the meal, great conversation, he had great palate, great taste, but he didn't pay for my valet. So that just kind of ruined it for me. It's like you just said all these wonderful things about your experience with this man, but the thing that stuck with you was that he didn't pay for your valet. When he didn't valet himself. I mean, it's those types of things. So there is some negativity out there. Ladies, don't be negative. If a man is giving you a compliment, take the compliment. And, you are trying to find a man. Y'all out here complaining about ain't no good man, where the man good. Maybe, you're not attracting the kind that you want.
That's real. That's real right there. Appreciate that.
We can't fix self-esteem. So
go ahead, Joe. What you say?
Kind of let it be. I said we can't fix self-esteem, which is what, at least when I speak to my black male friends, that's what we notice collectively. When dealing with black women, especially when it comes to their hair, we can't do nothing about that. We can say to them, we like you just the way you are, which you pointed out, Chloe, is exactly what we're saying. We're saying that different hairstyles, oh, we like this, but it all stems from what is coming out of your head or what is not on your head. That's we like you who you are. But if they don't like who they are, that's an impasse. We can't cross. It's just nothing we can do. We can try to help build that bridge, but it's just not. It's work that they have to do collectively on their own. Because if it's not, they're not doing it for us. Even though Chloe was right, I saw that too, and I was like, wait a second. Then she pull off her hair because she was like, wait, I think this is stopping me from getting a man. But then she turned around and then started with probably, I guess, her female friends like, well, you look good with it on anyways. So she probably went back and said, well, actually, we do it not for the man. Yeah, you do, because what I do and the way I dress and the way I present myself is because I want to attract the mate. It's natural. I don't have any ego in saying, oh, I'm doing it just for me. It's like me saying I make money just for myself. Most men who make money, if they're single, they're doing it because they want to acquire resources, because they want to present to a woman, hey, listen, I can take care of you. We're not just doing it for us. We might buy a fancy car or something to showcase, but that's also not just for us. Or it's not just for the guys. No. If he's a straight man, he's also doing it. If he's honest, he's doing it because he wants to. So that applies to the way we dress, our clothes, our career. A lot of stuff we do is because we attract the mate. But it's like women like to fake the funk. Oh, we don't do it for y'all. We don't put on the makeup. So you put on the makeup to sleep with women. You put on the fake hair. you stand up in bed with the man dressed a certain way, which implies that this is the way you're looking to inflate your value or your appearance so you can attract the man, the same man that you say you're not trying to attract because you're doing it for yourself. So this is weird cognitive dissonance, and uh,
Yeah.
it's strange, but it is what it is. Again, not something we can change. I don't try to change it. I used to, and I said I can't do it. So I just focus on the women who present themselves. And the first sign that we see that a woman loves herself, at least on some level, is she wearing her natural hair or not, and how often is she doing it?
I hear that. I hear that right there. Okay. I don't want to, we about at that time. I ain't going to ride us all night. Let me take some closing and we're going to get on up out of here. I'll go across the top to bottom, then we out. You want to say something real? Go ahead, JR. I'll let you get it out. Go ahead.
Yeah. I'll just say, can I just do my closing quickly? Because I've got to drop my mom off at the airport.
Go ahead, man.
Yeah. I'll just say thanks once again for chopping it with the panel. Great conversation tonight, man. Some great insight and whatnot. But yeah, I just wanted to touch on Miss Chief about the point that she made about young black men and whatnot. And what I got from that was, there's someone that's extending an arm of grace towards us. And as black men, even though we can sit there and feel as if the world's done us wrong, dirty, or whatever it is, we still have to look at ourselves and be able to put ourselves in a much better positions by making the right choices. And then that will stop the finger pointing at other people. And then hopefully that will take us back to where we actually need to get to. And, that community that we need in order for us to thrive and move forward for the next future and generation. So, thanks to Miss Chief for bringing that up. But like I said, once again, thanks for having me on. Mr. Hirsch, Mr. Vince, Miss Chloe, Joe, Mr. Price, thank you. And I'll see you next week, yeah? Thank you.
You muted.
Yeah, my bad. No, I appreciate you for that closeout, JR. My bad. I was on mute. All right, let me go across the top. I'll come across the bottom, and we all set. Coco, you want to say anything before we get out of here?
Yeah, I'm going to keep it real short because this was a long conversation, but a great conversation. Great panel. I mean, we always have a great panel, but, definitely appreciate everybody's perspective. Like, I love to go back and forth a little bit on the panel, especially Joe. No, I love going back and forth with him. But but it's all love. But no, I appreciate the different perspectives, right? We cannot exist in the echo chamber. We need to have these conversations. We need the different perspectives. Because this is how we actually get. Some of these are hurdles. Like some of these are, I'm misunderstanding. Someone else is misunderstanding me. We have to have these conversations because this is how we actually progress forward. We have to have honest, genuine, open conversations, people actually being real about their experiences and their perspectives, because that's the only way we actually can affect any kind of change. And it starts with these types of conversations. So I think largely what has happened to us as a people is we don't have compassion for each other and we don't know how to talk with each other. We talk at each other, we blame each other, and we're all looking, first of all, we're all hurt. I really think that we're all hurt. I think that we love each other so much that we're hurt by some of the things that we've said to each other, some of the things that we've done. I think that we're disappointed in where we are as a community, and we feel like it's so far gone, we don't know how to get back. But I think the fact that we can go out in an election like this one, whoever you voted for, doesn't matter. I'm not having that conversation. But the fact that we can go out as a community and for the most part vote almost exactly the same just tells you that we're not as far divided as we think. That we still have, and I think somebody said it earlier, more commonalities than not.
Right.
really, we are on the same page, right? We just have to get past the hurdles, past the hurt. And I think that I think Black men definitely need a soft place to land. And I think that Black women need to, and I think that Black men need to also have a little bit of grace for Black women. Not saying that the grace should be one sided, right? I think that what's happened is um, our environments have done a number on each of us in different ways. And instead of us being able to kind of take a step back from all the hurt and just kind of see that for what it is, I think we can't get past that. And I think that if we could begin to get past how disappointed we are, or how hurt we are, or how offended something made us, then we actually could start to repair the rift between us. And that's what I would like to see. And that's what these conversations do. So we do need to have these conversations. I get it, guys. We've been talking about this and talking about this and talking about this and talking about this. But we have to have these conversations, but they have to be productive, actually. And I think this was a productive conversation.
Yep, no, I would agree. No, I appreciate that. Appreciate that closeout. Vince, you still there, man?
Sorry about that.
No, you good. You want to? Kids. No, it's all good. You want to say something closing, man?
Yeah, just saying that. I think that what we have to do is have some sisters. Hold on a second.
No, I got you. I'm gonna come back to you, Vince. Hold that thought. Hirsch, you want to say anything before we get out of here, man?
Yeah, good topic, good panel, good discussion. I just want people to just understand that we're gonna evolve. We're gonna continue to evolve, and that's the thing. We have to have room for that. Understand that we evolve. We're not because for example, the situation earlier about people being lazy. A lot of laziness has come from just the improvements in technology and things. You know what I'm saying? We used to walk to change the TV channel. You know what I'm saying? Now, and we used to have to wait till the season of a show is over with to watch the reruns. Now we're upset when we can't stream something, or something's buffering. You know what I'm saying? So it's it's a lot of factors that cause us to become lazy.
That's true.
So that's what I'm saying. We're evolving, but we can't lose sight of the general things for example, if the whole thing of say evolution, with a giraffe, they evolved to long neck, whatever, but it's still the foundation is they still need to eat, still need to live, survive. So even though we evolve, we still have to keep those same foundations as far as love, trust, respect, values. We have to keep those things. We can't change that stuff, even though we're still evolving. You know what I'm saying? We have to still keep some of those things. That's all I want to say. Everybody have a good rest of your night. One last thing I want to say too is this is kind of like a request. I think that the main panel people on here, that the regulars, we need to have an actual in-person get together or something. Maybe a pop off or something. Because I got to meet some of these guys, and what I'm saying, in person. It's everybody cool. We are cool people and everything. It'll be wonderful to actually just be up, in person. You know what I'm saying, and do something fun. We should do that. That's just throwing it out.
In Detroit.
No, I'm down.
Yeah.
What'd you say, Joe?
Yeah. I'm in Michigan. Yep, Detroit, Metro Detroit. Yep.
Come on, I'm literally 9 in Gratiot. I can be downtown anywhere.
Yeah.
That's funny you said that because I was thinking that, but I was like, I don't know if these people would even be comfortable. But we can do it.
Yeah, I'm local.
Yeah, so we'll set something up. Lester, I think majority of everybody is in Metro Detroit, so yeah, we'll set something up. So yeah, keep an eye out for that. I got your info, Hirsch, so I'll lock in with you. We'll set something up, and what I'm saying, get everybody to
that. If we can do it before December 23rd, before I take off to Brazil, that would be great. It's probably short notice, but is what I could do it as soon as the weekend. So I'm whenever y'all can do it, it's y'all time.
Even after the new year. Even after
Yeah,
I'll
tie in with everybody. I said it may even be early 2025. You know what I'm saying? As we get into the new year, because I know a lot of folks running around in November and December. I know how they go. So we might even hold it till, get into 2025 and then go ahead and do it when everybody's kind of freed up and open. So I'll tie in with everybody. And then we'll set it up.
Hope y'all have a great time.
Yeah, we'll set it all up. All right, let me. You was all set, Hirsch?
Won't be in it. He's saying we have a great time. We should,
Yeah. And I'm gonna tie you in too, Joe. Don't worry about it. You'll know what's up.
It could be the same. I would want to be there. I wouldn't want to watch y'all on a live
She on mute
stream.
cover.
I'm on mute.
No, that was
I'm
Coco.
on
Go ahead.
mute. Sorry. Now I was gonna say, Joe, how long are you gonna be in Brazil? Like TBD?
To be determined. I've never been, but if I like it enough, I'm staying for a while.
Okay.
I guarantee about 30 days. Yeah. I don't know.
Now we get
Quay,
it.
Hey, Quay, your passport, bro.
Yeah, you done passport.
Now we get it.
Oh, we got a passport, bro, on the panel.
Maybe we should expedite it then in that case.
Okay.
Well, I'm gonna say this. We'll play it by ear, Joe. So go ahead and handle your biz. We'll play it by ear. Because I'm sure if you do the vacay,
because I really want to see y'all before I leave, and that sucks.
Nice.
But, it is what it is. I'm not gonna push the issue. I'm just saying, as fast as we can make it. Because what's the dinner downtown Detroit? Anywhere they got restaurants everywhere.
Everybody here Thanksgiving weekend.
Mm-hmm. I'm here.
Yeah, around. I said I'll tie in with all of y'all. Joe, drop some info in the chat in the back,
Private
man.
chat.
Yeah, drop something in the chat, and I'll tie everybody together, man. We'll set something up.
And I'll even bring Remy, and I even make Remy come.
You're gonna have to, man. You're gonna have to. All right, let me keep going. Hirsch, you was all set? All right, let me go over to Chief. Chief, you still there?
I'm still here.
You want to say anything as we close out?
No, I just appreciate the conversation, and you guys invited me into your space. And I would love to see this keep going. I don't know how long you guys been doing this, but I think this process is necessary so that we can kind of tear down those falsehoods about our people. And I am pro-Black all the way. And I don't know any of you guys, but I think you guys are beautiful people. I so appreciate the fact that you guys have changed the narrative, for our people. Trust is vital to the process. And I want you guys to have a good holiday. I don't do any of the holidays, but I know some people do. I want you guys to be safe out there. Keep being Black. Keep being positive. Spread the love. And let's figure out what we can do as a people to kind of rally around each other to bring that positive flow within ourselves. Because it's there. We just have to get away from all those videos and all those other things that bring us down. So we need that energy. We need that vibe, at all costs. And I just appreciate you guys, and thank you so much for offering me to be in this space with you. I'm a foreigner in terms of knowing any of you guys, so I hope you guys get together and keep bonding like you're doing. And if I'm on this thing with this FaceTime or Facebook, whatever you call this thing, I will link in. Seriously, I'll link in. I'm not one to keep doing all this, but I want to catch up with you guys to see how you guys doing on this platform. And I want it to grow. I want you guys to grow and have more people on your panel and spread that positivity between us all, because I think we need it right now.
Okay. No, I appreciate that, Chief. And I said, we appreciate you coming on as well. Just give you a little background. I said, we have been doing this for 4 years now. So started this. Yeah, we started this back in 2020.
Wow.
When everybody was locked up in the house, and locked down. So yeah, we've been doing this for 4 years.
Okay.
But yeah, we are growing.
Mm.
We have a lot of loyal supporters who come back
I-
every Wednesday night consistently and add
Okay.
to the conversation via the comments or the panels. We got some very loyal panelists
Okay.
who come on every Wednesday night. Hirsch, he does some working, but when he's got some free time, he hops on here with us as well. So yeah, we are growing. Our subscriber base is growing. I say, because we go live on Facebook and YouTube, so our subscriber base is growing. So yeah, we gonna get there. But at the end of the day, yeah, we got to have the conversations. We have to bring some objectivity to the conversations. You know what I'm saying? And then we got to try to drop some gems.
Indeed. Indeed.
Yeah, for folks to kind of really
Link.
look at their mindsets and how they're thinking.
Indeed.
Yeah, and make some changes to get them to a better position. And we like to say, changing our trajectory as a people. And we try to do that through conversation and experiences, from all the people on the panel and people in the comments. So now, once again, we appreciate you joining us. And I said, I hope you will continue to come back. And I said, we're here every Wednesday night at 8:30 Eastern Standard Time, every Wednesday night.
It's at 8765. So I'm West Coast.
Okay, West Coast. Okay.
I'm in Nevada. So yeah.
Okay.
So I was
it's a couple hours.
Yeah, it's a couple hours, but I'm gonna make sure I link in because I need this. This is necessary for real. And this, I gotta be honest, it's the first time I linked in like this, and it was phenomenal. I enjoyed it definitely.
Appreciate it. Definitely. Yeah, definitely come back and join us. 8:30 8:30 Eastern Standard Time every Wednesday night. We here.
Awesome. I'll share it to you.
All right, appreciate it. Thank you.
Bye now.
All right, bye-bye. All right, Joe, it's on you. You want to say anything before we get out of here, man?
Yeah, I wanted to make just a quick addendum to the whole who is the prize in this situation. You actually had a show about that a while ago. I remember vividly the different perspectives. So, I, in my mind, and I always stand on this, I am the prize, 1000%, for a number of reasons. Not just some superficial, I'm the prize beating my chest, but I don't have any proof or results or actions to follow it. But I also want and expect a woman to know and believe that she is the prize in the situation. I I want a woman to have enough self-esteem and self-love for her to not settle for anything less than what she deserves and what she wants from a man. I actually told that woman once that years ago, and she actually ended up in a marriage with a man. It wasn't me; I was dating her, but I wasn't assuming that it could be me. I wanted the best for her. So if I was any other man, I probably would have been like, you gotta be, who do you think you really are? I'm the one that you need to be pursuing. But that's not my mindset. I want to be equally yoked with a woman that has the same mentality, same value that I have about myself that she has for herself. She needs to know that she's worthy as much as I know that I'm worthy. And so we both know that we are the prize in the situation. We both are giving and taking the situation. No one's going to feel like that someone is getting over on the other person, and both parties are going to benefit from that situation and produce children who are going to be coming from a loving circumstance, as opposed to one person having the upper hand over the other. Because we both have very different roles, but equal in value for sure. And secondly, I never thought about the whole passport bro thing. I've looked at it. I've wanted to go to Brazil for a long time, but for reasons that I'm going to put out there that is going to happen on this Thanksgiving weekend. Y'all saying it, but we'll see if it does, which I believe it will. I'm gonna show you guys the motivation behind behind my desire to go. Um, and I want to. I want to. And the reason why I come on the show is because I love the perspective that you have, Quay and Chloe. I love it a lot. And I never considered marriage. I always thought for a long time I was going to be a bachelor. I was going to be like Cameo, it's a single life. That was my mindset for a long time. And only in the last couple of months, I came on this show. I'm like, what are they talking about? And I'm looking like, okay, they talking a little different than I am. They're thinking a little different than I am. But then I had to do the work myself behind the scenes. And I think I told you guys this one time before that it doesn't go in one ear and out the other. For me, at least, I listen, I take note of it, I write it down, which is interesting. Someone did catch this. Like, you take notes? Like, yeah, I take notes not just to talk about, but for me to keep, so I can remember what other people say, so that I can go and reevaluate my thinking, my emotions, my traumas, or whatever, and work on that. And that's not easy to do. And I am convinced that because of podcasts like this, where this is basically a free master class on marriage, one-on-one, that you guys are providing. You could be charging for it, but you don't. So I appreciate you for it. It's played a role in helping me realign my values and what I'm looking for from strip clubs and being a player and going out dating different women and all this other stuff to I think I'm ready to get married. And I can't believe I'm actually saying this, but it's not me trying to make it that way. It just turned out that way. And not forcing it, but just kind of like letting God be the matchmaker. That's the difference here. That before I was the one that was calling the shots, and then it's like, oh, God is the one who calls the shots, and then it's me, and then I delineate to the one. So I'm like, okay, I get it. Oh, it says that in the Bible. You're all right. I see. So it's kind of like I'm learning, and it's going at a fast clip. So if this happens, I do want to show y'all where I'm going, and I know you guys are going to have some great advice. I thought about showing it here, but I'm not going to do that. It's kind of private.
Nah, don't put it on here, man.
It's private. I'm just let you guys give me some sound advice and wisdom, and I will take it to heed before I go. And let's see what the future holds. So, with that said, thank you all. Have a great night, and I will see you all on Thanksgiving weekend. How about that?
We gonna see, man. I gotta set that up first. Don't lock nothing in yet. I mean, I got your info in the back, so I got you locked in. So I'll let you know. Hold tight.
Go back now.
Yeah, I got it back there, man. Well, I said once again, shout out to everybody on the panel. Shout out to Coco, Vince, Hurst, Joe, JR was on earlier. Shout out to Chief as well. Appreciate you joining us tonight. I said definitely value adds to the conversation. What's up?
Did you go back to Vince though? Did you go back to Vince?
Vince.
Oh, my bad. My bad. Sorry about that, Vince. My bad, man. Did you want to say something in closing, man?
Yeah. I was just saying, I think that Thanksgiving weekend is good, and just tell Donovan and his lady too, and maybe Eva, but I'm gonna have to bring my boxing gloves.
No.
Oh my God!
He called y'all out.
Would be
Even
all
right.
good. Even
Even
right.
right.
I
You
have
hear
to bring
that?
my boxing gloves.
Even right. I know you heard that. What you think about that? He might bring the gloves with him, but
But
no,
back
even
to the
right,
topic.
good people. Even good people, man.
You know I like you. You know I don't hold them up though. You know I don't care.
That's all good. It's all good.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah, man. I think we gotta have some truth telling. I think that's the issue too that we don't have as Black people, truth tellers, and we have to do a lot of self reflection, even with this whole election campaign. With all this negativity, with all this doom and gloom, we have to have some self, reflection or what we gonna do. Cause he gonna be in there for 4 years. So if we needed anything to bring us together, then let's use that to bring us together as with men and women. Baby mamas, baby daddies. Well, maybe y'all will get married and put your funds together to try to save for your children's college, so you don't need no student loan forgiveness.
Right.
We'll have stronger families, stronger infrastructure. So if some things happen, people start losing their jobs or whatever they think will happen, then we'll have a community to kind of hold each other up instead of all of these individuals. You know what I'm saying? So, that's my whole thing. What we gonna do now? So.
Yep.
So I'll see y'all Thanksgiving weekend.
Okay.
Man, y'all
We just gonna keep saying
Hold on, let's see. Even Right said, "Back up off me, Vince. I'll be." She said, "Back up off of me, man." She said she'll be there. All right, Even Right. We're gonna go ahead and tie you in this as well. So y'all keep the eye out, Lester. I'll tie everybody in. All right, we got to get up out of here, man. Lester, shout out to my panel. Shout out to everybody in the comments, man. The comments was crazy tonight. Huge amount of comments. So shout out to y'all for holding us down in the comments. Man, this is Kandid Konvos. We do this show every Wednesday night, 8:30 Eastern Standard Time. We go live on YouTube and Facebook, so definitely hit that like button if you haven't already. Hit that subscribe if you haven't already, and hit that share as well. We want to get these conversations out to as many of our people as possible. But man, another awesome show, another awesome conversation, man. I said, shout out to everybody who joined us tonight. We appreciate you guys putting into the conversation via the comments and the panel. But man, with that being said, everybody have an awesome night. We're going to catch y'all next Wednesday.